of us have ever experienced that, except like 9/11 or something. We've never been through a period where there's been a move to remove the sitting president of the United States, and that's what's going on right now. And what's crazy about it, it's being done by the Democrats to a Democrat president. It's highly unusual. And Kamala, I'm going to get into all the details of this. Kamala Harris is conspiring with the Obamas to pass over Joe. So we're going to talk about all of that and much more on the program today. This is something we've never seen. Never seen. You know, with Watergate and Nixon, it was the Democrats after a Republican. Now it's the same party going after their own president on the eve of the convention. This is unheard of stuff. This is the worst cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. Worst. All right, here we go. Stand by.
At any lab test now with Coral
It's
Springs,
showtime.
There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now with Boca at any lab test now with Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All righty. All righty. Okay, there we go. We were not in program. That's okay. It is now. All right. I love technical mess-ups because it shows that we are indeed live. All right, welcome to the program, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 47 years on the radio. This is insane. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, which, by the way, Steve and I, hopefully Steve, certainly me, I told Steve if we're doing this, you don't bug out on me at the last minute. We will be live tomorrow morning on the 4th of July, okay? Brought to you by Mike Lindell and My Pillow. Mike Lindell asked us to come in on the 4th of July to sponsor the program on a holiday, American Independence Day, and we are doing that. So we'll be here live tomorrow. And I'm glad we did that. Because we'd have to come in anyway. There's too much news happening to take tomorrow off. So you know, we got a little bonus there with Mike Lindell sponsoring us to come in on a holiday tomorrow, but I would have had to come in anyway with this news. So it's worked out to be a good deal. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's going on right now is 9/11 aside, is probably the biggest political news that any of us have experienced, unless you're really old and were coherent during Watergate. I mean, I was alive during Watergate, but I was in diapers, literally, okay? I was a baby. But I told you guys the morning after the debate, a week ago tomorrow, that the debate was a deep state coup against Joe Biden. And some of you laughed. Oh, don't you know anything, Brian? It's too late to make changes. They can't make changes. Don't you listen to this podcast with this guy who says it's too late in Ohio? They got the law in 9 days, and Georgia's going to be too late. If it's too late, what are the Democrats doing here? That debate last week was the beginning of a deep state coup, and it's been developing and developing each and every day. Yesterday, it all opened up big time, and today there's major events. So we're going to talk about everything that's happened since yesterday, what's going to happen today, and take your calls as well. And I've got some audio that I'm going to play. So one of the and what I'm bringing up is in no particular order because so many things happened that, I mean, I'm not going to put this in a timeline of the last 24 hours, but there's been a lot of chaos. Yesterday, it leaked out on purpose. This was leaked out by the Democrats on purpose, but it was leaked out that Michelle Obama has been privately meeting with black donors to raise money for Kamala Harris to run as president and have the nomination, or run for president and have the nomination. This dropped yesterday. There were many other things, too, which I'm going to go through all of them on the show. And that's big. That's very big. Okay? And there was a carefully planted question to Kamala yesterday on the sidewalk, which people are playing and laughing at because they're too wrapped up in themselves. I understand she's got the mind of a chipmunk, but this is Kamala yesterday on the sidewalk. Hold on, let me cue it up.
Speaking about stakes, you just came out of a fundraiser. We know that many in your party have expressed concerns about President Biden's health. Just this morning, Congressman Doggett said that he's calling on President Biden to withdraw from the race, given that there's too much at stake to risk a Trump victory. What's your response to this?
Look, Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again. Period.
Are you ready to lead the country if necessary?
I am proud to be Joe Biden's running mate. Thank you.
Okay, are you ready to run the country if necessary? Kamala Harris. Okay, so the Obamas, and Michelle Obama in particular, has been raising money, or at least getting pledges and agreements for when it were to happen, from big-time black Democrat donors to support Kamala Harris's presidency. Okay, and a lot of people forget how she became vice president. Yeah, I know Willie Brown and all that was the beginning of it. But the Bidens hate Kamala. And if you remember in the second Democrat debate 4 years ago, the first Democrat debate 4 years ago, Kamala Harris came into the debate 4 years ago and just destroyed Joe Biden, tore him up by saying things that were 1,000% true about his racist past and the segregationist and how he opposed integration and all this stuff. And the Bidens hate her like the plague. And the Bidens ended up picking Kamala to be Joe's running mate because Obama told them to. That's right. It was reported at the time, widely reported at the time. I remember talking about it afterwards. This was very widely reported that Obama told the Bidens to pick Kamala and make her his running mate, and he did it. And there's been rumors for quite some time that Obama has had an affair with Kamala Harris. And I know a lot of people say, oh, he's not into girls. He's this. I think he's probably both ways. I don't know. But they are close. I don't know about the affair. I mean, if he was having an affair with Kamala Harris or had one in the past, do you think Michelle would be raising money for her? Probably not. But they're still close, and there's a relationship between Kamala and the Obamas. And the Obamas are running the Democrat Party today. The Clintons are old, retired fossils. It's being run by the Obamas. And the Obamas, they're not done destroying America. All right, they are doing terrible things to this country, which I'm not going to go through everything the Obamas have done now, but they have not completed their agenda. Okay, so Kamala is someone that they see that they can control. They always think they can control them, but once they get the top job and they have to answer to no one, it becomes easier for them to just go rogue. But the Obamas think they can control Kamala. Now, here's the thing, and I know a lot of people will say, oh, she can't win. No one can beat Trump. Trump is unbeatable. But the Obamas and these Trump derangement syndrome sufferers in the Democrat Party don't see reality, okay? They're in an alternate universe. So you have to look at this from their perspective. So here's the thing. I mean, and I'm going to go through some of the press conference yesterday with Jean-Pierre. The media, this was another stage of the coup yesterday. The media and Nancy Pelosi in her intoxicated state on a television interview yesterday, as well as in the press briefing, the press were asking Jean-Pierre, they were questioning Biden's mental fitness. This was a big discussion yesterday among Democrats. So they're setting the stage. It moved beyond CNN. CNN, since the night of the debate, have been a 24-hour-a-day news network exposing Biden's mental problems, right? And all the problems he's having. Now it's spread beyond CNN to the White House press corps. That press briefing yesterday was brutal for Jean-Pierre. Brutal. And, yeah. So, and we'll talk about what's going on today with the governors meeting. Gavin Newsom and governors are going to the White House for a meeting today with Biden to assess his fitness. They better do it between 10 and 4. They really should schedule it for like 8 o'clock at night or 7 a.m. or something. But anyway, so the case is being made, everything is being put in place to declare Biden too mentally feeble and unfit to run for the nomination. So then you got to ask yourself, well, wait a minute. If he's not mentally fit enough to run, how can he be mentally for office? How can he be mentally fit enough to run for president? I mean, to still be president. So what's being discussed right now is this: getting him to resign or removing him and making Kamala the president for the next 6 months. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Willie Brown's girlfriend, president of the United States. She should invite Lewinsky to the Oval Office when she's president, and then they can, they have that in common. So what the Obama's plan is, now again, that doesn't mean that this is going to happen like this, but this is what the Obamas are angling towards. Everyone knows that Trump is unbeatable. Many in the Democrat Party know this. Many in the Democrat Party know that it's almost impossible to beat this guy, even though they hate him and they don't get it. But if Kamala is the president, if she's the president, they think they got a chance because she's got a vagina and she's biracial. She's black and Indian. So she's a woman, she's black, she's an Indian, and she'd be president. Then there would be a second debate, and it would be between President Trump and President Kamala, Willie Brown's girlfriend, Harris. This is what they're planning right now. And it's coming full steam ahead. Okay? And I know you people are saying, well, she's stupid. They can't. These Democrats are delusional. You've got to understand this. The Trump derangement syndrome has rotted their brains, and they're not seeing things clearly. Of course, none of these things are going to help them. Trump is unbeatable. There's a division inside the Democrat Party like we've never seen before. But there are going to be others, quite possibly, like Newsom, who go to the convention thinking they're going to get the nomination. But the Obama plan is to nominate Kamala, make her the president, and she'll almost be like an incumbent because she was elected vice president. Right? That's what their thought process is. Woman, black, Indian. They think that's their best bet right now. I know it's crazy. It is nuts. I mean, I don't know why they waited so long to do it. I don't know exactly what happened to put all this in play, but that's what's going on. All right. We've only just scratched the surface. We've got a lot to cover. I got to tell you, I am drinking the worst, and this is not an exaggeration, I am drinking the worst cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. You know, I've got the My Pillow, My Coffee. I made my coffee. I put it in my coffee cup, and I left the house without it. So I stopped off at Starbucks, and I get Starbucks coffee still sometimes. I don't know. This is like, this coffee tastes like the coffee maker at Starbucks that I went to hasn't been clean like in 10 years. This is the worst tasting coffee. Now, I'm still going to drink it. It's got 4 shots of espresso in it. I need my coffee. I left my Pillow, My Coffee at home, which is delicious. But I think the taste is so bad. This is not an exaggeration at all. I wish you could taste my coffee. You know what I'm talking about. I think what's going to wake me up more so than the caffeine is just my bodily reaction to the bad taste. But I got to tell you that My Pillow coffee is delicious. And if you go to mypillow.com, you use our promo code KANE at checkout, Kane, 50% off the My Pillow My Coffee. It comes in ground, whole bean, or the Keurig cups. Okay, ground, whole bean, or the Keurig cups. And it comes in different roasts, too. And me, I get the light roast because the lighter the roast, the higher the caffeine content is. So go to mypillow.com and order your My Pillow coffee, which is delicious. It is 50% off with our promo code KANE at checkout, Kane. All right, we're going to take our first break of this Wednesday and be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Hey, my true oldies listeners, John Tesh here with some intelligence for your retirement this time. When you're looking for a retirement advisor, you know trust and experience are two big qualities to look for. And as it turns out, my friend Jupiter Joe Thomas possesses both of these. Whether you're in retirement or looking to retire, I want you to give local expert Joe Thomas a call. Here's the number, 561-743-0999. Or, even simpler, you can go to jupiterjoe.com. Mention my name, John Tesh. You'll receive a free copy of Joe's book, Retirement Know-It-All. Great book.
I just pinned the link to the My Coffee to the top of the chat, or you can just go to mypillow.com, use my promo code KANE, and get your My Pillow coffee 50% off with my promo code KANE at checkout. This is the worst coffee right now that I'm drinking. This Starbucks coffee. Oh my goodness. Oh, damn, that is really bad. Oh, it's cleaner that they didn't flush out? You think I'm drinking cleaner? Oh my God. Oh my goodness, you think so? Oh, the My Pillow coffee is the best. It really is.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire.
I need the caffeine. I got 3 hours of show.
Tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you are looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week.
That is really bad tasting coffee.
Call 561-203-2993 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, we're back. Someone told me during the break that coffee taste may be they cleaned the coffee machine at Starbucks and didn't flush it out, and that taste is cleaner. Oh, that's great. So there. Oh my goodness. Oh, it is really bad. I mean, it is really bad. And my first sip I had of it, I thought because I just started drinking the My Pillow My Coffee regularly recently, and I thought, well, maybe the coffee's so good, I'm not used to this. But no, there's something off with that. Do we have any Keurig cups here, Mike? Do we? I don't know. No, they're all gone. Oh my goodness, there's no coffee. I might have to drink this cleaner here that they gave me because I got 2 hours and 38 minutes to go, and I'm addicted to caffeine like Hunter who's a senior advisor apparently in classified briefings with Biden, is to crack. All right. So if you're just tuning in, I was telling you the Obamas are making a major move with Kamala Harris. Oh, that looks like nothing. I don't know. Ugh. So, okay, we are coffeeless at the radio station. Okay, well, maybe I'll do a DoorDash. It'll just cost me like $20 for a cup of coffee if I do DoorDash. If you're just tuning in, the Obamas are making a move to replace Biden with Kamala. That's the current play, and a lot more is happening too. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Richie.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day today in America.
Oh, isn't it?
Let me tell you, I watched yesterday the Steve Bannon show because I was curious. They had the Heritage Foundation on it. You're right on the dime here. But you know who's forcing them to pick Kamala? Not just Michelle. The Heritage Foundation was on. It's a conservative...
Yeah, I know who they are.
Well, they have lawyers. There's a lawyer that got on and he said, they got a problem because they found out the first thing they want to do is get rid of Joe. And then they all scattered and then they realized something. The money. It all comes down to the money. They got money there. It's been donated. Legally has to go to Joe and Kamala. To go to Joe, she's got to get the money. It all comes down...
Oh, slow down. I slow down because I know what you're saying, and I did hear this yesterday too. Okay, this is an important point, and Richie's excited, so he's talking almost as fast as Ben Shapiro. But and I'm excited too. This chaos around the White House and the Democrats is a beautiful thing, right? Beautiful thing. But what Richie's saying here, and I heard this yesterday too. That the money, the tens of millions that have been raised by the official Biden-Harris campaign. If it's not Kamala, they have to refund the money and start fundraising over again. So to keep the money, they have to keep Kamala running, is what that is.
Exactly. And it's a big entanglement. They can't do it in the amount of time they have. It's a total mess. Mm-hmm. You were watching this. I remember when the Democratic Party lost to Reagan, they were talking about dismantling the party because it was doing so poorly. This election is going to be worse. And then they get this fake poll out that shows what a coincidence that Kamala is ahead of Joe Biden now by 1 point.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, fake poll with the money and all this. You're right on the dime, man. It's either going to, and they have no choice. It's either going to be Joe or Kamala. They have no other choice, financially and everything else. But here's
the because no one's gotten to this point other than me, and maybe you've heard somebody else. If he's too unfit to run, he's too unfit to serve. So I think their plan is to remove him totally and make her the president. They think that'll give them a little extra chance against Trump if she is the first female president.
Yeah, they're getting together today for one purpose only. Talk this guy into dropping out gracefully and then inserting one of those governors as vice president.
Well, yeah, okay. What happens is, for people that, this happened during Watergate. Okay, if Kamala Harris becomes the president, the vice president, she would appoint President Harris. Can you imagine Willie Brown's girlfriend? Boy, oh boy. Kamala Harris would nominate, like a cabinet secretary, she would nominate someone to be vice president, and then they would, yes, her running mate, but they would become the vice president probably too. She would nominate a vice president, and then there's a hearing, not in the Senate, but in the House, I believe, much like a cabinet thing, and the House has to approve it. And who knows, she might, I can't imagine Gavin would serve underneath her, but she could pick anybody. It could be Mayor Pete, for all I know.
Yeah, they're going to pull something because that'll be the new ticket, and that'll be legally fine for them to keep all those big bucks, because without that, they don't have a shot. And if Joe runs, they don't have a shot, because they're actually eating him right before our eyes. So that press conference yesterday was a gas. It looked like the little press secretary.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Kind of an internal problem with her bowels.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. I sat there. I couldn't believe it.
Well, the governors today are going, and Gavin Newsom's flying in for this. I don't know if he's flying in from California or New Hampshire, but the governors are going in, and how many of them? I mean, there's a lot. There's a couple of meetings. One's with 25. It can't be 25 governors. Do they have 25 governors?
I don't know, but they found out that Pritzker lost millions of dollars. $20 million is missing for Pritzker.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was Joe's campaign put that up. There's going to be an internal war today at the White House.
Well, and when they come out of the meeting, Gavin Newsom and the other governors may come out and say he's fine, he's with it, and all this stuff. That'll be lies. What's going on behind the scenes is a whole nother thing. Their first move, that what they're doing is they're telling them how it is, okay? Because the Bidens are out of touch. They told Obama to kiss off the other day. They don't understand how bad it is, so they're overwhelming them with numbers. Their first offer is probably a boatload of money and resign. They're not going to do it. So the governors will come out and say everything's fine. He's with it. He was on top of the issues, which will be lies. But behind the scenes, they're going to go for the 25th Amendment. You know, these people in the cabinet, they think they have futures politically. So they're going to go with the wind, just like Pelosi yesterday switched and said that he needs to have his head examined, Biden.
Yeah, I really don't know about I think it's a lot of jobs that they're going to try to protect their own jobs. I don't know about the 25th Amendment, but I got to feel that either way they're going to come out.
If he's unfit to run, he's unfit to lead.
Yeah, but if they convince him to leave, I think they're going to come out and say everything is fine, he's okay. And then maybe a week from now, you're going to hear him come out there and actually say, listen, for the good of the country,
yes,
I'm going to step aside. And after they make him look like Superman, you know, like, you know. But this is a great day in America. This is better than ever.
The scandals that are going on. I mean, there are going to be books and movies made about the last 2 weeks, just on those 2 weeks.
How about President Trump not having to go to this court before the convention now? Didn't that happen?
Yeah, President Trump is no longer a convicted felon because of the Supreme Court ruling.
Right. Thank you, Supreme Court, and thank you, Brian Craig, for every day. There were days where I felt down, and you said, "What do you feel down about? This is great."
Yeah.
Have a great morning.
All right, take care, Richie the bus driver. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I think this is cleaner. I'm going to keep drinking the coffee with the cleaner in it because we don't have any coffee here at the radio station, and for some reason, which is very unusual, there's usually coffee here, I don't know about the DoorDash, because if I order DoorDash, it's going to cost me $20 for this cup of coffee, or close to it, and by the time it gets here, the show will be like half over. So maybe the coffee cleaner will give me a burst of energy because the taste is so bad. I'm hoping that whatever they clean the coffee pots with at Starbucks is not poison. We'll find out if I'm not here tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll take our break. Our number, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
Oh, man. By the way, guys, order your My Pillow, My Coffee, 50% off. I put the link right there, Mike Lindell's My Pillow, My Coffee, with my promo code Kane at checkout. And remember, when you use my promo code, you are supporting all of my content and everything I do. Someone sent me a clip of Rush Limbaugh. Can't get it to play right now. No, she was born in California. She's eligible. All right. No, she's not Canadian. She was born in California, and when she was in elementary school, her mother moved to Canada because her parents divorced and took her with her. And she finished elementary school and stayed in Canada until she graduated high school. But she was born in California and is eligible to be president. So you heard inaccurate information. Nope, she's eligible. She is eligible.
Equipment like the Train XB20i air conditioner. You know what they say. It's hard to stop a train. AC problem? Call CMI Air Conditioning and Electrical. 561-844-1004. CMIAC.com.
Brian Craig here. Our 6th annual cruise is coming up, and you're all invited. This time, we're sailing for 7 nights on Celebrity Cruise Line's newest ship, the Ascent, to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. We set sail March 30th. We have private shore excursions, private cocktail parties, group activities. We're going to go to the shows together and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. And online at cruisingdepot.com.
We'll be back shortly, guys.
And lock in our private group rate. Nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises.
Sometimes a family needs a little help to deal with life stresses. You can contribute to happy, healthy childhoods with a few simple
Oh, man.
families under stress. Offer a helping hand. Give your time. Talk
What a
about
wait.
what's
This coffee is just...
connect a family with resources. Contributing to
I don't think I should be drinking it. I think I'm going to make myself sick. I think I'm going to make myself sick if I drink any more of that.
Brian Craig here. If you're a homeowner, business owner, or
All right,
with
let me
a
go out
homeowners
and look.
association and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. With a AAA credit rating and bonded up to $10 million, Laporta Contracting...
I'm in shock there's no coffee out here. They don't keep coffee out here?
Typical deposits other contractors want are 1/3 of the contract.
Yeah.
If your job is $30,000, that's a $10,000 deposit. If your
What are
job
these?
is $300,000, that's $100,000. What are they doing with your money? Typically, it takes 3 to 4
Oh,
weeks.
it's
to get
coffee.
credit.
It's
In
French.
HOAs, much longer.
There's-
If they need money for
there's
the
no cream?
materials, they don't have credit with the suppliers, and that
Oh my
spells
gosh,
bad
man,
news
that's
for
awful,
the
too.
homeowner or HOA. Tom Laporta is honest, knowledgeable, and reliable, and he'll never sell you a roof
Mm-hmm.
you don't need. Laporta Contracting has been in the roofing and contracting business since 1988, and his services cover the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. Tom Laporta can handle any type of roofing job too: residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings.
Could you guys hear me
office
talking about the
buildings,
coffee out there? I wasn't sure if I was too far away for you all to be able to hear me.
on his cell phone, 954-60.
You know, I can't order DoorDash because I'm live streaming on my iPhone, and that's where I have the DoorDash app.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, if you're on hold, stand by. So the Democrats, led by the Obamas, are making a move to give the nomination to Kamala and maybe even the presidency for the last 6 months of it. And a lot of people are saying things about Kamala that are not true, that she's not eligible. She is. This isn't Obama with the birth certificate. She was born in California, and it does not matter that her parents are foreign born or may not have even been citizens. Her mother's from India, Her dad was born in Jamaica. That doesn't matter. She was born in California. That makes her a natural-born U.S. citizen, okay? So there you have it. She's not Canadian. When she was in elementary school, her parents divorced, and her mother moved with little Kamala to Canada. She finished elementary school and all of her schooling up through college. I mean, up until she went to college. She graduated high school in Canada, came back to the United States for college. So she is a natural-born U.S. citizen, just like me, and she's eligible. Now, if there was an IQ test of eligibility, she would not be, but there's not. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike. I got almost a full board of calls. I took one at random. It was you. I mean, when I go to the roulette table, I wish instead of numbers, they just had Mike, Conservative Doug, and Richie, I'd win every time because I seem to hit you guys every time I go to the random board here.
You know, the great Rush Limbaugh must be smiling ear to ear wherever he's at.
Well, call me, Lori, and tell me where I'm wrong.
Chaos on steroids.
Oh, yeah, Rush would be loving this. This is a beautiful thing. I'm celebrating. This is wonderful. It does not get better than this. You know, the internal conflicts going on inside the Democrat Party right now are at DEFCON 100. I mean, the tensions inside the Democrat Party establishment and is at a level it's never been at before, which is a great thing.
And look, basically, what you said about her dad, her parents, neither one of them are citizens, so basically she's an anchor baby.
You know, El Chapo, when, his kids, El Chapo's kids were born in the United States. As crazy as it sounds, El Chapo's 2 kids are eligible to be president.
Yeah, that's the thing, but this is hilarious.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Funding, nobody can get that funding, and by the way, there are 23 Democratic governors.
23. Okay, so I don't know how many of the governors are going to the White House today. There's multiple meetings. There's members of Congress and there's governors. How many of their 23 governors are going to the White House today with Gavin Newsom?
I don't know. I mean, and just remember, Cuomo did come out firing about the border and sounding a lot like Trump, So he may be trying to line up to run as well. So
Yeah.
Those 23 governors plus Cuomo plus a few other people probably are going to show up at the White House, or show up for whatever this meeting is in Washington.
It's all setting the stage. And, by the way, Robert Kennedy Jr.'s done. They came out with that story of him yesterday about eating a dog. I mean, he's, and they have a picture of him holding up the barbecued dog. It was disgusting. He's done. He's done, even with Democrats. All right, Mike, take care. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Hey, Jeff.
I don't know if you know this, but it was maybe 20 minutes ago. Real America's Voice interviewed Trump live. This guy never sleeps.
Now, how would I watch that interview if I was on the air, Jeff?
I'm sorry, I meant to inform you.
How would I,
But it was a really good short interview. My point was who of the politicians is up this early on their game 24/7? This guy could be interviewed and he'd be on his toes.
Mm-hmm.
He is unbelievable with energy, positiveness. Everything about this guy is great.
Mm-hmm.
There was one more thing this morning on CNN. They were reporting that Biden blames travel fatigue on poor debate performance.
He had a week off at Camp David.
And I laughed so hard on that because right after that they started interviewing some Dems, and one was Representative Daggett. I don't remember what state, and he was calling for Biden to immediately this week to drop out. The Democrat Party is falling apart.
Yeah, well, they're becoming unified against Biden. Really, I mean, if you look at what's going on.
Yes, and that's a good thing to see because they don't have anybody. They're all calling for Biden to drop out, but they're not saying, "Hey, we need to run this person," because they don't have that one person.
I told you they're pushing for Kamala now. That's what's happening. They're pushing for Kamala.
And I really don't think if she has been this good, they would be running clips of what she's done as vice president.
She's done nothing. She's done nothing.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
That's right. There's nothing. There's no one that could debate him. No one.
Well, if they make her the president, there will be a second debate. It'll be President Trump versus President Harris. They think, yeah, they're making what? Do I think what?
You think they would really have Kamala debate Trump?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she's dumber.
She did. She. Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
Perfect response, Brian.
It's true. It's true. All right, Jeff. I appreciate the call. Yeah, we're in a whole new area, guys. This is a celebration. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. This is Patrick at Care Inheritance Campaign.
Oh, hey, Patrick. Long time no talk.
I know, right? Well, listen, I want to go over a little strategy here that I've been going over with some of my Republican strategists, and I wanted to.
By the way, Patrick here is a campaign manager for congressional races and is a Republican political strategist, pretty well connected here in Florida. So it's not just some regular guy giving his opinions. You're kind of like an insider political guy.
Correct. So you and I agree that Trump holds all the cards right now. So what I would do if I was advising Trump, I would say, listen, with this next debate, I can't make it for this date. I have to postpone it towards end of October, let's say. The next day, I would have my lawyers try to send a letter to the judge to postpone the next trial date. And I guarantee you, they will do that because Biden is just desperate and wants to have that second debate to have redemption. Okay, so you'll see that the judge miraculously will postpone that to the end of October. Let's say Trump wanted to do it, and then what's going to happen is then Trump will, right before the debate, Trump would say, you know what, Biden always holds the cards. He's always calling for what the debate is. You know what, I don't want to do it on ABC. You know, I think we should do it with Tucker and Joe Rogan on the podcast, have millions of more people to hear the debate. Now, Biden can't, or Kamala, can't even get out of it. If they try to get out of it, they look bad. And if they do go on that with the podcast, you got millions of people, and Trump would just tear them apart.
Yeah, you know, Joe Rogan's listenership each week is about the same as Rush and Howard Stern combined at their peaks. So yeah, it's huge.
When he first came, he started talking on his podcast. He had like almost 200 million views.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump can holds all the cards, and that's exactly what I would advise him to do. You know, because I wouldn't do the second debate. I want everybody to have everything planted in their head from that last debate.
The chances of it being as bad as the first one are slim. I mean, they'll pump him up with whatever they got to do. I mean, he's not going to be great, but once you peak at something, you don't want to go back.
But this next debate, they're going to do whatever they can to help him.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be planted with, they're going to tell him all the, the questions are going to be. So I would tell Trump stay the hell away from that next debate.
Yeah.
You need to. You hold it on the cards.
Yeah. This move that the Obamas are making now, I mean, obviously there's a move to unseat Biden. That's why the governors are going to the White House. I mean, we've been under this lawfare and these constant attacks on Trump for so many years. I don't think most people realize the crisis that's going on at the White House right now. I just think that people are so accustomed to the everyday chaos that it really hasn't sunk in. But this is like Watergate era crisis at the White House, no doubt about it.
Well, for us political junkies, this is like heaven to us.
Well, yeah, like yesterday when NBC News comes in with breaking news that Hunter Biden, crack addict, convicted felon, is sitting in on all the briefings and meetings that Biden's having. That was NBC News trying to undermine and
Tells you is they're doing what the Bidens are just going to kick and scream to the last second.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you everything, that they want to stay there because, number one, they love power. We know that. But they're afraid also that, Trump's going to go after Hunter and is going to, put him in jail. And they're doing whatever they can to stay under this power. But let me tell you, this is the only thing that scares me, okay? You and I know both that Trump won the last election. Cheat.
They have no organization. You don't have to worry. The Democrat machine is not working right now. It's out of order, completely out of order. No, I don't think so. There's too much disorganization going on, and too many egos are being bruised, and everything else. The Democrat machine will not be in play. I'm about 5 minutes late for the break, Patrick. I went long because you're on. But I appreciate the call. Yeah, he's a connected guy. So we went past the break time because he's so well connected. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Attention seniors, are you not happy with your current Medicare plan? If not, give Debbie at I Will Advisors a call. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080. There are 5-star rated plans that you can enroll in the middle of the year. That's right, you don't have to wait for open enrollment. Debbie and her family have been taking care of Steve Kane Show listeners since 1993. Debbie even handles Steve Kane's Medicare. So if you're not happy with your current Medicare plan, give Debbie a call right now and go over the options. 954-753-8080. Debbie can help you no matter where you're located in the state of Florida. 954-753-8080. And online, IWillAdvisors.com.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. Zero down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833.
Oh, this is wonderful, guys. It doesn't get better than this.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? I did.
Doesn't get better than this. This is the absolute best.
Pain, burning, tingling in my hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching have all but disappeared. Say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. Call Lighthouse Medical Center for a free consultation. 754-222.
Make sure you like the video, guys. There's over 1,000 of you in the live chat right now. If you not like the video, please like the video.
Warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on.
All right, Steve and I will be live tomorrow on the 4th of July, brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. But the news today is going to be a day of massive news, so we will have a lot to talk about tomorrow. It's going to be one of the busiest holidays ever. The roads are going to be ghost town. It's going to be like Omega Man coming to work tomorrow, but the radio is going to be busy with us live tomorrow. And I just want to tell you guys again, I'm going to be talking about throughout the day the MyPillow, My Coffee. I left my MyPillow coffee, my cup filled with my MyPillow coffee at home right at my front door, the table by my door. I had a bunch of stuff I was taking out to the car, and I made 2 trips to the car, and I just, and I was halfway here before I realized I left my coffee at home. So I went to Starbucks, and they gave me what people, the taste is so off, so bad, people have told me off the air that it might be the cleaner from the coffee pot. They didn't flush it this morning. That's possible because I got there when they opened. I was like the first or second customer. So, and the coffee I got, I might have been the first one to get it from that pot. Oh my goodness. Oh, That MyPillow My Coffee is spectacular. It comes in whole bean, ground, and the Keurig cups. It comes in the different blends, too, from light all the way up to the dark roast. I get the lighter the roast, the higher the caffeine content. But the MyPillow My Coffee, 50% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. I'm going to bring some into the radio station, I think, because there's a lack of coffee here, too. But 50% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And you can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, Kane. All right, White House in crisis. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Ben from Pamela.
Oh, hey, Ben. Great morning.
I know. So, I don't want anyone to forget how the Democrats behaved and said we were in chaos and completely breaking down as a party when we threw McCarthy out. Now, to come back around and see them, because usually they're just so organized, they're so cohesive, they vote in a block every single time, where we're the only ones who have rhinos that jump ship and vote with Democrats because it's the right thing to do. And so it is really beautiful to savor all this right now. I will say, I think it's just shows how in two different universes we live in, where the report came out, I think you mentioned it, from NBC, that if Biden's staff didn't even know that he was a senile old coot.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the nation knows, his whole audience knows, everyone in the Trump world, the conservative world knows. His own staff, who are right down the hall from him, they don't know. Well, I actually believe they didn't know because they believe everything they watch from Joy Reid and Jen Psaki and Rachel Maddow. So, it doesn't surprise. It's surprising, but it isn't, But as far as you said, with the machine, the Democratic machine,
big time.
I mean, well, listen, everyone's in chaos. Are you thinking that it's broken down because no one knows who they want to be?
No, there's for the first time. No. For the first time, there's chaos in the Democrat Party. There's never been chaos like this. Never. And there's major chaos right now. And even when this settles, there's not a true leader. There's different factions fighting for leadership. And there's a lot of people who, when things like this happen, they get offended because they've been passed over, right? Kamala's going to pick somebody to be, if it's her, is going to pick someone to be a running mate. And people are getting elevated ahead of others, ahead of their turn right now. And it offends a lot of people. It's complete chaos. And there's a lot of money interest. No, so the Democrat Party machine is out of order.
They're right now, but that's because the wound is still really fresh from that debate, and the fallout created such a mushroom cloud. It's going to take some time to settle. But come November, I think they're going to
No. No. Plus the Democrat base. I agree. It's a long way. The Democrat base has been so depressed by the Trump popularity. He's no longer a convicted felon after the Supreme Court ruling. I mean, it's been just endless. No, there's no. It's just not going to happen. And a lot of women in the Democrat Party don't like Kamala because she's a homewrecker. Women don't like homewreckers. They don't. They do not like women who have sex with married men.
She can't for the life of her pander effectively to any group she's talking to. I mean, every time she fails because she's always trying to be someone she's not, and she's a status-seeking political career social climber. So
and a problem they have with her too is she's known about how bad Biden is all this time, and she's been a party to the elder abuse. This is a disaster at a level you just don't understand. After Watergate, we got creamed too for a while. Because there was no organization inside the Republican Party, and that's what's going on here. Nope. To pass over the sitting president just a few months before the election is very damaging and insane. It's exciting.
Well, like I said, there's still so much time. There's still so much time for them, and they're still figuring this out because it just happened, on Thursday.
And you're not factoring in the Trump popularity either.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, and the thing is, even before this debate, we got to remember, Biden only took this debate because he was doing terribly in the polls. Democrats keep acting like, oh, this is all going into a tailspin because he had a bad performance. He was doing bad beforehand, which is the whole reason he took the debate, because he was like, I don't want to debate Trump. And then he's like, okay, I'll debate you because he was down in the polls.
See, and another thing they did, this story that came out yesterday of Robert Kennedy eating barbecued dog, and there's a photograph of him holding up the dog. It's disgusting. And they got some other things, too, about a nanny that came out. That's part of this effort. They want to wound him, too, so that he can't come in and gain some popularity during this chaos.
They always, whether it was Bernie Sanders in the primaries with Hillary Clinton, whether it's RFK or Dean Phillips, they always kneecap their own. They're not about democracy.
But a lot of Democrats are not into all this woke crap and are rallying around Robert Kennedy, and now now he's worse than Kristi Noem. He actually ate the dog, right? So
I think it was in 2016 or 2015 when the primaries were happening that the Bernie Bros actually helped Hillary lose because they were so disgusted by what she did to essentially
correct. Take out his campaign. Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully, with the RFK, we can have the same dynamic.
Yes, there's no
vote for Biden to begin with.
Or Kamala. Everybody knows she's an idiot. All right, I'm out of time for the hour, but great call. If you're on hold, stand by. Oh, man, these are exciting times. Again, Steve and I will be live tomorrow morning, so at 6 a.m. till 9. We'll be here live tomorrow on the 4th of July, so make sure you tune in. I'm Brian Craig. 1 hour down, 2 to go. As under-caffeinated as I am, the next 2 hours are going to be rough. If you're on hold, stand by. Back after this.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your Oldies forecast.
Good morning, I'm Mike Balsamo, coming to you from the True Oldies Weather Center. Well, here we are the day before Independence Day, and sun will be bountiful for you. Rain chances just a little bit less than we've been seeing in the last couple of days, but watch out. This afternoon, it feels like temperatures reaching about 103.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Construction on South Ocean Boulevard approaching Lake Avenue. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with the hottest deals at Lowe's. Bring some color to your green. Get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals.
Oh, man.
$2 in-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection.
Doesn't get more exciting than this, guys.
That's traffic. I'm Claudia Fernandez.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Happy 4th of July from PBKC. We are open all week long. Come out to the poker room with 65 tables, action, cash games, daily high games, big and bad mean jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum all day, every day. Exciting poker and table game action 7 days a week at PBKC. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Are you looking for a reliable and user-friendly home security system that also offers home automation features? Look no further than Sloman Shield. This comprehensive system integrates home security and automation, giving you control over your home at your fingertips. With Sloman's, you'll enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing your home is protected and monitored 24/7. As a special offer, Sloman's is providing a free system and installation when you sign up for their affordable Central Station library. The package includes a color LED touchscreen keypad, 10 contacts, motion detector, cellular communication with backup battery, and professional installation. For a limited time, Sloman's will also throw in video surveillance capabilities, including the choice of an outdoor or indoor video camera. With this feature, you can view your home from your smartphone or tablet, receive notifications when someone enters or exits your home, and review any unusual activity. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call 1-833-283-5050. To learn more and schedule your installation.
All right, stand by. There's 2 openings on the board. I got to do a quick recap and then to the phones. Here we go.
906-5983. And don't forget to mention that you heard about them on the radio.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. Oh, man. Hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Okay, I got to do a recap. This is one of the biggest presidential news eras of any of our lifetimes, or certainly our adult lifetimes, unless you're really old and were grown up during Watergate. This is amazing. And I want to recap what is going on. And there are many elements to it that I'm going to touch on throughout the show, hopefully. But I'm going to go to your calls in a moment. But I want to do a recap of what I started the last hour with, because this is the main thing. Biden's out. The only question is not if he's going to be the nominee. That's been settled. It's whether or not he's going to maintain the presidency. A story came out yesterday that many things came out yesterday. All of them bad for Biden. But a story came out yesterday that Michelle Obama has been privately meeting with black big donors. They're black and rich. Black huge donors of the Democrat Party to raise money for Kamala Harris running. Now, another addition to that, it's also being reported that the tens of millions of dollars that have been raised by the Biden-Harris campaign, if the nominee is not Kamala, they have to refund the money and start fundraising over. There's a move going on right now to nominate Kamala Harris for the presidency. Okay? Now, the Bidens haven't gone along with this. That's why the governors are going to the White House today and other things are going on. But there's a major move led by the Obamas, who were running the Democrat Party. The Clintons are out. The Democrat Party is being run by the Obamas now. There is a major move to nominate Kamala Harris. Now, question is she going to replace him as president? What they're doing right now is a build-up to try to get him to resign. If he doesn't resign, maybe they'll do the 25th Amendment. But what their plan is, again, I'm not saying this is all going to happen. This is the plan that they're working towards right now. This is the scheme that the Obamas and the Democrats are working on against the Bidens. They want to make her the president for the last 6 months of this term so that she can go into the election as the sitting president. All right? And they think that the fact that she would be the sitting president, the first female president, and she's a double minority, she's black and Indian, that would give them an extra boost to give them a hope and a prayer against the greatest president ever, who's going to win in a landslide, and that's Donald Trump. There was an electoral college map I'm going to go over yesterday with the latest polls that came out yesterday. Oh, my goodness. I'll pull it up in a little bit. But what we're talking about right now is this, okay? They have made their move. It's Kamala. All right, our number 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling out of San Francisco. This is Tahan, first-time caller.
Welcome, Tahan.
Okay, just a scenario here, real quick. Impeachment of both of them. Him for infirmity, her for facilitating a ground invasion of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
These people are crazy. We don't need this right now. They made a massive mess globally. We need somebody that can come in and clean this up. We have current speakers sit in for the next 6 months.
That's never going to happen because because an impeachment doesn't remove them. They would stay in office, and there'd be the trial in the Senate, which is controlled by the Democrats, and neither of them would be removed. So the speaker would not become the president.
Yeah, see, I thought about that, but I mean, it seems like even certain Democrats don't even like this.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Legally, it could happen, but
it could.
You don't think it would?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. No, they wouldn't be able to get enough, and it takes too long. They have to have hearings in a committee. Then they have to have a committee with witnesses and all that stuff. Then they have to have a committee vote. Then it's got to go to a floor vote. Then it happens. Then they got to go to the Senate and vote again and set up dates. No, it wouldn't happen. They could get it done before the election, but barely. And
but court, as far as coffee goes, and I'll let you go. Insofar as you've ever tried cortadito before?
Never heard of it. You guys in California have better. My daughter lives out there. You have better drinks, better food, better coffee than we have on the East Coast. There's no coffee better than the My Pillow My Coffee, by the way. 50% off with our promo code Kane. Peace Coffee? No, we have Dunkin' Donuts and we've got Starbucks. That's basically it.
Why didn't you do Dunkin' then? Huh? I mean, seriously?
Because Dunkin' Donuts coffee has like 0 caffeine content in it. It's flavored water. There's no caffeine in it. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is like this coffee I'm drinking now definitely has cleaner in it. Now that when somebody told me that, I could taste the cleaner, so I stopped drinking it. All right, I appreciate the call. But by the way, what was your name again? Tahan. What kind of name is that?
That's one my parents came up with. Where it came from is that.
I mean, is it like tribal? Is it like Muslim?
No, it's not Muslim, but they have a whole story behind it.
Is it one of those made-up black names that a lot of people come up with? Oh, it's one of those made-up black names. Okay. Yeah.
That's what happened.
Like, yeah.
77.
Yeah, okay. All right, take care. Okay. See, I knew it was one of those made-up black names. All right, take care. Oh, my goodness. Yes. All right, let's see. Let's go here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Steve from Chicago.
Hey, Steve.
Hi. Don't you always say that the Democrats stick together, and now this is like ironic that they're like going crazy?
Yeah, Trump used to say that all the time. Yeah, the Democrats have never been this divided ever.
Yeah. So when you were telling me, when you're saying this, I was thinking, oh, I thought the Democrats always stick together, so I thought it was ironic. The other question I have is it possible that we're going to lose the House? Because I heard someone...
Who's going to lose the House?
Is it possible that we'll lose that?
The Republicans? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because I was nervous when somebody else said it.
Who said that? Whoever said that doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, this guy that I listen to Sticks and Hammer.
Now, they'll give anybody a microphone these days.
Yeah, okay. So, well, thank you, because I always say, I wonder what Brian thinks of this.
What scenario do they have that we're going to lose the House? I mean, my goodness. Things are so bad that hairless boy that's on social media, the Biden bro, the Bidens, they cut him off. Even he is against Biden. You know what I'm talking about? He was on Piers Morgan last week. Yeah, even he is saying it's time for Biden to step down. The Biden bro.
But the thing is, I always depend on asking you. Okay, listen, don't think I don't listen to you in the morning. In fact, I wanted to just let you know that I listen to your podcast too.
Thank you.
I want you to. I smile when Kathy always brings up a biblical story or something, relates to something else you're talking about. I'm saying, wow, that woman must be a strong Christian.
Yes.
She always puts a smile on my face. if you could just mention that talk when you remember it.
I will.
I like McDonald's coffee. Don't you like McDonald's?
I like My Pillow coffee, the Mike Lindell My Pillow My Coffee, which is 50% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Yes.
I forgot your coffee, man, this morning. I'm telling you.
It's sitting there by my front door waiting for me to get home. All right, take care. All right, thanks for the call. Okay, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, conservative.
Hey, Doug.
You know, first of all, most of the people that I talk to that are on our side all want Biden to stay in because we want the biggest landslide victory of all time, hopefully. You know, if they put Kamala in, give these Democrats something to vote for, and they'll vote for her. Right now, I think they won't vote, or they'll vote for Trump. So I'm hoping.
It doesn't matter. There's so much chaos going on. I'm just sitting back enjoying it. It's what that expression. Just grab your popcorn. This is just us sitting back and grabbing the popcorn. This is beautiful.
It's certainly nice to see the chaos that they're having because we're sick of those people. But I'm hoping that Biden stays in because I want to make sure that Trump has the easiest victory of all time and maybe wins every.
I mean, think about this. They've got the Democrat governors coming. 25 House Democrats are preparing to call Biden to tell him to drop out. At least this is in the New York Post today. At least 25 House Democrats are preparing to call for the 81-year-old Presidente to end his re-election bid. So he's got the Democrat governors coming to the White House, led by Gavin Newsom today. He's got at least 25 House Democrats telling him to drop out. He's got Obama's telling him to drop out. CNN's telling him to drop out. NBC News is reporting that his convicted felon crackhead son is in on classified briefings with him every day. Everything is going completely against him.
Yeah, except they forgot that guy is a stubborn mule, man. He's not going to change. I doubt if he's going to resign. But
well, they can still invoke the 25th Amendment. All right, Doug, take care. And I want to ask you this: are you or someone you know in pain? Well, then you haven't gone to see Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton's my chiropractor. He wants to be your chiropractor, and his laser away pain treatment works on so many different types of pain. Arthritis, bronchial neuralgia, bursitis, hip pain, knee pain, lumbar pain, herniated disc, muscular contraction, sciatica, strains and sprains, tinnitus, tennis elbow, neck pain, stenosis, many other kinds of pain, pretty much every pain I've ever heard of. The laser away pain treatment can help and rid you of that pain. He's rid me of pain 5 times. In 4 different parts of my body, because I injured my shoulder through a couple of different accidents on the skateboard, but his laser away pain treatment works. Dr. Appleton performs all the laser treatments himself, not a nurse, not an assistant. He does them all himself. It's 100% painless. There are no shots, no injections, no downtime, and of course, it works. Give Dr. Appleton a call. Oh yeah, appointments are not necessary. And walk-ins are welcome even on Saturdays. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonChiro.com. Give Dr. Appleton a call and say bye-bye to your pain. Back after this.
Sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now.
What a great day, guys. My hair grew a little bit. I got to change the size of my hat. Let's see here. That's too big. Perfect.
Located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
The Greater South Florida Chamber Business Expo, Health Fair, and City Festival happens Wednesday, July 10th from 9:30 to 2:30 at the South County Civic Center in Delray Beach. Get health.
Hey guys, I pinned the link up there to get your My Pillow My Coffee 50% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Order your coffee.
Come out and say hi. It's the Greater South Florida Chamber Business Expo, Health Fair, and City Festival. Wednesday, July 10th, 9:30 to 2:30.
We'll be back in just a minute.
South County Civic Center, 16700 Jog Road in Delray Beach. Learn more, GreaterSouthFloridaChamber.com.
Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. This is Brian Craig, and I want to tell you about my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West El Rey, and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural. What it does is restore your hormones to where they were when you were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, you'll have more energy, you'll get your sex drive back, and women, hormone replacement pellet therapy completely stops and reverses all the signs and symptoms of menopause. Mood swings gone. Night sweats gone. I've met listeners before and after hormone replacement pellet therapy with Dr. Matez, and when I first meet him, they're like Joe Biden, and no one wants to be like him. And then I meet him again after they began hormone replacement pellet therapy, and they have their energy back, just like Trump. They're standing up tall, and they feel years younger. Now, it's always a free consultation with Dr. Matez when you tell him you heard about him on the radio. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldieFLA.com.
All right, we are back. Call us on hold. Stand by. White House in chaos. Listen to this. New York Post. Some White House staffers have been forced to tiptoe around President Biden when briefing him on certain topics because they want to avoid his wrath and are scared S-less. End of quote. Scared S-less. End of quote of him. Yes. This is a new report just breaking. It's like you can't include that. That will set him off. Or put that in. He likes that, a senior administration official told Politico, referring to how some of the 81-year-old president's aides feel they have to walk through a minefield before briefings to avoid Biden getting angry with them. Wow. Because he's not a pleasant person to be around when he's being briefed. It is very difficult, and people are scared S-less of him. End of quote. Yes, that's the new catchphrase. Biden doesn't take advice from anyone other than those few top aides, and it becomes a perfect storm because he just gets more and more isolated from their efforts to control it, the source told Politico. Wow. The president's temper has flared publicly on occasion, too, including when faced with tough questions from the Post. Other aides have sought to bring a colleague with them to meetings for moral support. Biden has leaned. Sorry, guys, I need new readers here. Biden has leaned on a very tight-knit inner circle that has tried to provide cover for him from the media and other groups. His protective go-to people include senior advisor Anita Dunn. Anita Dunn is the one, she's the Marxist Maoist that worked for Obama that has the tick with the tongue. Ron Klain, Mike Donlin, and a couple of others. The New York Post learned that Biden's son Hunter has been participating in West Wing meetings this week. That's right, crackhead, convicted felon, and on classified briefings. Isn't that wonderful? How much crack can you get for the classified intel that he hears, I wonder? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. Chris from Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Hey, yeah, you're right on the money. That I
Donuts coffee a long time ago. It is flavored water. I mean, as you speak.
I've had the Dunkin' Donuts workers tell me that. They tell me don't get it. I've had Dunkin' Donut workers tell me in the store don't get it.
I'm in the Wawa now, and I've gone to this particular coffee because they have a few varieties here and a pretty good.
Well, there was no Wawa on my after I was halfway here when I realized I left my Pillow coffee at home, and there was no Wawa for me to go to. I went to the Starbucks, and they gave me cleaner, coffee pot cleaner.
Wow. But hey, great show. I haven't heard that name in a while. Done. I mean, that goes to show you there's already let's call it a shadow government under Obama's tutelage. And my goodness, yeah. I mean, come on, everyone knows that. For when Biden has his, sane moments, what a whip he is.
Well, it seems to me the question is right now. I mean, the White House is under siege. The question isn't will Biden be the nominee? That's already settled. No, it's will they make Kamala the president? That's where we are now.
Talking there, yeah, the money's talking. You're right. That was the millions upon millions that they have, and they don't want to relinquish that. You know how they are about money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is great. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. This is a great, great time.
And it's amazing. Those who have, I guess, for lack of a better word, have joined that team. So right, wrong, or indifferent, they're going to stay with that party. But I mean, they're embarrassed. They can't excuse it anymore. And I really, there's no reason. I mean, if you want this country to succeed, how can you stand by and let that happen?
The only thing that's crazy about it is the late timing. A new poll came out yesterday, and it was released through a red and blue map, and the whole country is red, pretty much. I mean, they got all the swing states are red. He's got like California, Illinois, and New York, and that's about it. I mean, it's really brutal, the latest polling data for them, not for us.
Well, absolutely, and they're only going to have desperation up their sleeve as usual, and they can't go to that well twice like they stole the election last.
Well, they don't have it's what I was telling the caller earlier. They do not have a functioning party machine now, and they're not going to get it back together. There's too much division in the Democrat Party for them to organize anything.
I mean, they could.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't already know. To that party doesn't mean the country good. They want to destroy it.
That's right. All right, appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Okay, now the White House press briefing yesterday was brutal. This is just one clip. I have a few, but here's Jean-Pierre yesterday. Oh boy, I mean this was a brutal one. Oh, hold on. Let me cue it up. There we go. Here.
I just think the question, it's about the way we look at our elderly parents and grandparents. It's you maybe visit them once a year and you see troubling signs because you don't live in the same city perhaps, and the first question that you go to is I wonder if this is like a one-time thing or if it's something that has been happening for a longer time that we need to deal with. And the second question is
you're
where are they going to be in
times
where are they going to be in a year? Where are they going to be in 2 years? Do we need to put them in a home? All the questions that go through that, and this is sort of the American people's version of that.
I hear and I hear you, and that's what I'm saying. Look, this is why the president goes through medical examinations, right? And we release those medical.
That noise is her banging on the podium. She's so nervous at the question that she's banging on the podium, Jean-Pierre, and shaking it, and that's that banging you're hearing.
Right, we've done that the past couple of years. We're going to continue to do that. This is why we're going to go out there and continue to be out there and do interviews and talk to the American people. And at the end of the day, I got to be. We are in a campaign season, but the American people will see for themselves.
Yeah, they will, and I think they have. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, hello. My name is Javier.
Javier.
I'm calling from Miami, Florida.
Hey there. Javier from Miami. What's up?
I have a question. Why is it not more obvious to everybody that, I mean, they've been plastering her for years in the cover of magazines. It's Michelle Obama, the one that's going to come at the last minute as the savior.
But well, because things came out yesterday. It came out yesterday. A couple things. One, and this was put out yesterday to tear down what you're saying by the Democrats. It came out yesterday that Michelle Obama has been having private meetings with top black Democrat donors and raising money for Kamala Harris, not her. Second, it's also come out that the tens of millions of dollars that the Biden-Harris campaign have raised, if the nominee is not Biden or Harris, they have to refund all the money and start fundraising over again. The Michelle thing is done. There's been many developments. That's like a wish thing that a lot of people have, but it's over.
Because also they say that the Democrat Party is divided and all this. Let's remember, follow the money. The money is George Soros. He is the one that orchestrates everything from the cover in the magazines. So that's the one that they have reserved at the last moment, I think. And let's remember that all the Democrats, regardless of who it is, their platform is the evil of abortion. For money and politics promote the evil of abortion, then you are willing to lie to...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good versus evil. Bottom line, it's been great talking to you.
Well, yeah, that's good. Well, I appreciate the call. You've added to the conversation. Welcome. I know you've called before. Your calls are always good. Take care. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take our break and be back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're going to really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to dump out this coffee and be right back.
Sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's right now. Make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25-quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last. That's Traffic. I'm Claudia Fernandez.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. PBKC is Palm Beach County's only OTB location featuring exciting action from top horse tracks around the country, including thoroughbreds action from New York, Kentucky, and California. And the Paddock Restaurant offers the ultimate sports and dining experience with over 140 new HGTVs, big screens, exceptional dining, and full bar. PBKC is your entertainment destination. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Building Restoration. I am pleased to say our relationship with the Steve Kane Show and the show's listeners keeps getting stronger and stronger. The Steve Kane Show listeners are truly the best customers we have ever had. They are courteous, intelligent, honest, and quite
I had to go dump out the coffee because I kept reaching for it to drink it. All right, Steve, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hold on.
But I've got an echo in my headset.
You won't after the break.
Okay.
Hey, we need a timeout. Is your performance in the bedroom keeping you on the bench?
Oh, wait till you hear this, what I got when we get back. This is great. All right, I got something really good when we get back, Steve. This is really good. This is really good. We're back after this.
Volin Center offers free transportation. Catching a ride with the Volin Center coach has never been easier. The Volin Center has been providing rides for seniors age 60 and over since 1968. Available to all clients and the public. Pick you up or take you home. To shopping and appointments too. Servicing Boca, Delray, Boynton, and free rides to doctors. The Volin Center. Together, we make community happen. Learn more at volincenter.com.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. We've got something big here that I'm going to share. Oh, boy. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. Oh, boy. Okay. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, okay? And this is an addition. I've been talking all morning about how the Obamas are moving to give the nomination to Kamala, and a lot of things have been dropping in the last 24 hours to undermine Joe Biden. As an example, that his crackhead son is in on all the classified briefings, right? Okay. You know, there's a poll. This is the most beautiful poll I have ever seen. And I'm going to share it with you in just a second, but I want to explain it first. I don't follow polls. And you and I have had this discussion for years, Steve. And I tell you, the reason I don't follow polls, I do follow the trend of the polls, but the polls we see are never real polls. They're called push polls. They're leaked out to drive us in certain directions, and they're really quite meaningless. The real scientific polls are done by the political parties and the campaigns themselves. They're called the internal polling. And I talked about this Electoral College poll before the break at the bottom of the hour, but I did not know this. I got a couple more details on it. One, Steve, it's an internal Democrat poll that was leaked out yesterday. So the Democrats, in their effort to push Biden out, have leaked out an internal Democrat poll that was done by the Democrat data polling firm called Open Labs. And it's a nationwide poll. And the internal polls are scientifically accurate polls. These are real polls, and the results are solid. Okay? They're not like the ones we normally see. And it's a nationwide poll with the Electoral College vote count is for Trump and Biden. Okay? Now remember, this is an internal Democrat poll from the Democrat data polling firm called Open Labs, leaked out yesterday. 270 electoral votes are needed to win the presidency. 270, right? This leaked internal Democrat poll gives Donald Trump 333 electoral votes and Biden 205. And the states that he wins are pathetic. I mean, you can hardly see any blue on the map. You know, he wins the left coast, right, in this poll. Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, Colorado, Minnesota, Illinois. They give him New York and Maine, and then they give him those little states that are tiny, like, you know, Massachusetts and stuff, Rhode Island, you know. So this leaked poll not only gives Donald Trump victory, it's a landslide victory with 333 Electoral College votes, Biden only 205. I mean, this is why they're in a panic.
figures to get worse before it gets better.
Oh yeah, and this division inside the party, this is not being factored into these polls. There's so much division going on.
Been factored in that is really at the root of a lot of this, and it comes under the heading of these people never learn. These people are destroyed by their own political correctness. The last example of this was appointing Kamala as the vice presidential candidate, and they didn't. It was a catastrophe. The woman is there are no words. I don't want to.
Well, they're stuck with her now.
Well, not only are they stuck with it, but she's. There are no words to describe how horrible.
Yeah.
It's on the ticket, and they put themselves in a position where now this round of elections is going to involve the color game. Let's call it the color game, for lack of a better phrase. They're going to do it to themselves again.
They're going to nominate her as president now. Is what their plan is.
They're going to play the color game.
Yeah.
Use that's
And gender, and the vagina card.
Exactly, the vagina card. Oh my God.
I know.
But it's still the same country we're living in. We just have to hope that nothing.
Oh, we're going to cream them. Look at the polls. Look at the polls. We're going to cream them. I mean, it's hopeless. This making Kamala, they might even make her president before this is over, so she goes in as president.
You mean now that the nominations is a kiss of death? Nobody would go up against. I mean,
Willie Brown's girlfriend.
Even the dullest Democrat is going to realize that situation is hopeless.
Yeah. Well, let me take a call or two, then I got more to share. 1-888-465-2631 is our number. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Juan from Coral Springs.
Hey, Juan.
Hey, guys, listen. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Steve. And good morning, Brian. And by the way, Brian, the last time we spoke, I'm not one of those chronic callers. You put words into my mouth saying that I don't like you. That's not true. Disagree some.
I don't remember the call, but that's okay.
Here's the thing, though. And it walks right into what you guys were.
Here, yeah.
This is not a civil war between the Democrats. This is a civil war between, and listen to what I'm going to say. This is a civil war between the establishment and the Democrats. And then there's a third party, which is the MAGA vote. Nobody has ever mentioned that. And I don't mean to give myself a pat on the back. I only call in when there's an angle that has not been analyzed. But I'm telling you, again, this is between the establishment and the Democrat. And there's a difference. And here's the difference. The establishment, yes, is Democrat. The Democrats, which control the establishment, but they don't control the MAGA voters.
Well, you're a step ahead. You're a step ahead because what we're talking about now is Democrat Party politics. Okay, so today, Gavin Newsom is leading a delegation of Democrat governors. Gavin Newsom's flying into Washington to do this in person. Gavin Newsom is leading a delegation of governors to tell Biden to drop out. Okay.
This card's on the table.
Yeah, 20 at least 25 Democrat House members, at least 25, are going to meet with him today to tell him to drop out. This is like bigger than Watergate.
That's between who and who? The establishment?
You're playing with words too much and trying to be clever. Appreciate the call though. Now this is a beautiful thing. I want to play a couple clips that involve the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. You ever heard Donald Trump tell that story, Steve, of when he was negotiating with the Taliban and he showed the guy the picture of his house? Okay, I've heard that. I love that story. Never gets old. I love that story. It's beautiful. Yesterday, Byron Donalds was doing a television interview with another gentleman who I'm not sure who he is, but he was in the room when President Trump told that to the Taliban leader. And he relayed the story in this interview. He's sitting next to Byron Donalds. I don't know his name. If anybody knows who this guy is, let me know. and he gives us a little more detail than Trump. All right, let me play. This is a real man that we need as president, Donald Trump. Listen to this. This is really good.
When we were negotiating with the Taliban, while President Trump was still the president, President Trump wanted to get out of Afghanistan, but he wanted a conditions-based withdrawal, meaning that you do what we tell you to do, and then we'll start pulling troops back slowly as long as you abide by our rules. It's President Trump and Mike Pompeo, and they are talking to Taliban leadership in the room, and they had one translator in the room. President Trump looked at the Taliban leader and said this: I want to leave Afghanistan, but it's going to be a conditions-based withdrawal. And translator translated. And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to kill you. And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him that. Tell him what I said. Tell him what I said. Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home and handed it to him.
Shut up.
Got up and walked out the room.
That's crazy. I mean, that's an amazing story. It's a little more colorful than when President Trump tells it because he's being humble, President Trump. I didn't know he had the picture in his pocket and actually handed it to the guy. I thought they were kind of like on a video call with the guy being in Afghanistan. That's a beautiful thing, and that's the opposite of what we have going on now. Oh yeah, isn't it beautiful? Now I got one more clip of Trump that I want to play, and then we'll break and we'll get back to Biden. This is a promise. He made a campaign promise yesterday. President Trump made a new campaign promise, and he posted it up on Truth Social. This is it.
Under my leadership, we did more than any administration in history to combat human trafficking and to end modern-day slavery. In one of my first acts in office, I signed an executive order targeting transnational criminal organizations that traffic and exploit innocent people. I signed the Frederick Douglass Trafficking Victims Prevention and Protection Reauthorization Act, authorizing $430 million to fight sex and labor trafficking. I signed legislation to crack down on foreign countries who are not meeting standards for eliminating trafficking, of which there are many. I also signed into law the Abolish Human Trafficking Act, which strengthened programs supporting survivors and provided more resources for ending modern slavery. We do have modern slavery, if you can believe it. Additionally, I created the first ever White House position focused solely on combating human trafficking. And perhaps most importantly, we created the most secure border in U.S. history by far, dealing a major blow to the cartels and traffickers. We built hundreds of miles of wall. We renovated hundreds of miles of wall. We never had anything like it. And then I got Mexico free of charge to give us 28,000 soldiers to protect us from people coming into our country illegally. When I am back in the White House, I will immediately end the Biden border nightmare that traffickers are using to exploit vulnerable women and children. We will fully secure the border. I will wage war on the cartels just as I destroyed the ISIS caliphate, 100% gone, 100% destroyed. They'll come back now because we have a weak administration. I will use Title 42 to end the child trafficking crisis by returning all trafficked children to their families in their home countries and without delay. And I will urge Congress to ensure that anyone caught trafficking children across our border receives the death penalty immediately, and that includes also for women, because women, as you know, are number one in trafficking. Children are actually number two. I want to thank Eduardo, Jim, Tim Ballard, and everyone else involved in this film for their incredible efforts and their great genius. Together we will end the scourge of human trafficking, and we will defend the dignity of human life. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, he's going to return all trafficked children and women. Yeah, that's exactly right. And yeah, that's a pretty powerful promise right there. And he keeps all his campaign promises. All right, we're going to take our last break of the second hour. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. We'll be right back.
A cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Brian Craig here. I've suffered with massive pain in my knee for years, but not anymore. It's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
Well, I treated your knee pain with laser. Treatment is simple and no side effect. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do. Shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up through the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
It's time to save more and savor more on unforgettable cruise vacations with Margaritaville at Sea. Upgrade your summer plans with free stateroom upgrades. Plus, buy one, get one guest fares on Bahamas and Caribbean cruises through 2025. Grab your best mate and get ready for unforgettable journeys filled with
We'll be back in
crafted cocktails,
just a couple short minutes.
entertainment, and deep blue ocean views. Now sailing easy breezy getaways from Palm Beach and Tampa Bay. Your upgraded adventure awaits on board Margaritaville at Sea. Claim your license to chill and this limited time free upgrade offer at margaritavilleatsea.com.
Attention seniors, are you not happy with your current Medicare plan? If not, give Debbie at I Will Advisors a call. 954-753-8080. That's 954-753-8080. There are 5-star rated plans that you can enroll in the middle of the year. That's right, you don't have to wait for open enrollment. Debbie and her family have been taking care of Steve Kane Show listeners since 1993. Debbie even handles Steve Kane's Medicare. So if you're not happy with your current Medicare plan, give Debbie a call right now and go over the options. 954-753-8080. Debbie can help you no matter where you're located in the state of Florida. 954-753-8080. And online, iwilladvisors.com.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Our number 1-888-465-2631. Now, Nixon, during Watergate, because there's a parallel going on now, Nixon was standing up and refusing to step down until some Republicans went to the White House and said, you got to resign, right? I mean, and it wasn't that many. Do you remember the names? It was a couple.
I know one who is the senator from, who's now the senator.
No, he's got to be long dead. Whoever it was is dead now. They got to all be dead, the ones that went to Nixon. But there were only like 2 or 3 guys, right? 2, 3, 4 guys went to Nixon and said, you got to resign. Yeah, it was like 3 or 4. If anybody remembers who they were. But Nixon, during the height of Watergate, remember, Nixon whoever it is now is not the one that was senator then. I have no idea. No idea. But it's no one. There's no way that it's anybody in Congress now or even alive. They all got to be dead. But regardless, during the height of Watergate, Nixon was standing firm and refusing to step down. He had just won re-election, and he had won. Was that the re-election? Was that the one where he won 49 of the 50 states? It might have been. He had a landslide victory in his re-election. He says, I ain't going nowhere. And then a couple of senators, they walked over to the White House, and they said, you're going to get impeached. And he caved, and he resigned. Today, that is happening times 1,000, okay? at least 25 Democrats in the House are going to call on Biden to resign today. They have 25 already. By the time it happens, it may be more. But Gavin Newsom and the governor of Minnesota, I cannot remember his name, the governor of Minnesota, but he's the head of the Democrat Governors Association. So he's the leader of the governors. So Gavin Newsom, the leader, the governor of Minnesota, who's the head of the Democrat Governors Association, are personally going to the White House today to have a sit-down with Biden. They're going to bring through Zoom on video calls a whole bunch of other Democrat governors. They have 23 of the governors are Democrats. A whole chunk of them, probably the majority, are going to be there through a video call, and they're going to do what those 3 or 4 guys told Nixon to do. They're going to tell him to step down. They're going to tell him he's out. You know, and yeah, I mean, and this is the White House is under siege right now. There's never been a White House under this much pressure. This is more pressure than even Nixon was under. You know, Nixon, until the Republicans went to the White House, all the pressure Nixon had was from Democrats. He didn't care because he was a Republican. All the pressure against Biden are Democrats, his own people, right? This is not Republicans. In fact, most Republicans are like some of our callers. They want him to stay in. No president has faced what he's facing. What they're going to first do is offer him money, which they've obviously turned down already, right? That's what Obama did.
Not only negotiate the financial end of it, he's got to negotiate the legal end of it.
The pardons.
He and his entire family will spend the rest of their life under the jailhouse.
Yeah. He needs Hunter pardoned, and who knows who else, but certainly Hunter, because Hunter's got that other trial coming up too, you know. Yeah, you're exactly right.
It comes out now that we find out from better late than never, from Carl Bernstein, the Woodward Bernstein fame, that that scene we saw on the past Thursday night, has happened 15 to 20 times before.
Yeah, and he gave. And Bernstein, you weren't with us yesterday, but I played some of that interview that Carl Bernstein did. And you know, yesterday, most people weren't on board where I'm at right now. I told you this is happening. I've been telling you all week. It's been very obvious. And Bernstein, that was part of setting the stage. So it started with Bernstein. Bernstein came out on Anderson Cooper night before last and said there's 15 incidents of Biden being like that. And he has sources that are in Biden's inner circle that have been giving him information, and he gave some examples of things we had not seen on TV that happened. Yesterday, Nancy Pelosi flipped on him and said that he needs to have his head examined, that his cognitive ability should be questioned.
The New York Post, known for their fabulous headlines, there's a picture of Biden on the front page, and it says, "Now they tell us."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Journalistic malpractice. It's not funny.
No.
It's not, it shows you how journalism is such a vital part of democracy, and when you don't have a healthy journalistic situation, which definitely this qualifies for, bad things happen.
Well, so him getting the nomination, that's not even a question anymore. That's done. It's not going to be him. The only question is he going to finish out the term? If he's not fit to run, how can he be fit for the office?
The way to do it, though, that would be...
What?
Is to put Kamala in now.
That's right. So she can run against Trump as the sitting president, the first lady president. Yeah, all right. So I want to ask you guys in the audience this question. Do you or someone you know suffer from neuropathy? Oh, my goodness. Neuropathy is living torture. You know, I've said many times that when we had all those prisoners in Guantanamo Bay and they were trying to get them to talk through waterboarding, if they just gave them neuropathy, they would have sung like canaries. I mean, it's that bad, isn't it, Steve? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And you know, your primary care physician, your neurologist, they'll say there's no treatment for neuropathy. Well, that's not true. There is. There's a treatment for neuropathy that actually works and will rid you of your neuropathy symptoms, and it's at Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano. You know, Lighthouse Medical Center has been in practice with the same family of physicians in Pompano for 75 years. This is not a practice that's been bought and sold 12 times, and they just kept the name. It's the same family of physicians for 75 years in Pompano. So you know the word of mouth in the community is very good. How would they be in business for 75 years with the same family, right? So, you know, they're very well respected in the community. And this treatment does work. I've seen it work not just on Steve, but with many of our listeners. We had somebody on the cruise when we were at Wings Plus recently, and people sometimes contact me off the air. The neuropathy treatment at Lighthouse Medical works. Give them a call. Now remember, no matter where you're located, they can help you. If you can't, they understand if you have neuropathy, it's probably tough for you to get in there. So if you can't make it into the office, whether you're local, another part of Florida, or anywhere in the United States, Lighthouse Medical can help you with your neuropathy no matter where you are located. Here's their number, 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. And online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. All right, 2 hours down, 1 to go. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here, and we'll continue. We'll go back to the phones when we get back after our top-of-the-hour break. Also, we will be live tomorrow on the 4th of July. We'll talk more about that after the break. Don't go anywhere.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the All-Year Cooling Weather Center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, I'm Mike Balsamo, coming to you from the True Oldies Weather Center. Well, here we are the day before Independence Day, and sun will be bountiful for you. Rain chances just a little bit less than we've been seeing in the last couple of days, but watch out. This afternoon, it feels like temperatures reaching about 103.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check, brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Right shoulder blocked off on 95 northbound at Lantana Road. Also look out for construction on South Ocean Boulevard approaching Lake Ave. This report is celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. Right now, make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25 quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last. That's traffic. I'm Claudia Fernandez.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Happy 4th of July from PBKC. We are open all week long. Come out to the poker room with 65 tables of action with cash games, daily high hands, mega bad beat jackpots, and exciting tournaments. Bet small and win big with table games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker with just a $5 minimum all day, every day. Exciting poker and table game action 7 days a week at PBKC. Go to pbkennelclub.com.
Hey, are you looking for a reliable and user-friendly home security system that also offers home automation features? Well, look no further than Sloman Shield. This comprehensive system integrates home security and automation, giving you control over your home at your fingertips. With Sloman's, you'll enjoy peace of mind that comes with knowing your home is protected and monitored 24/7. And as a special offer, Sloman's is now providing a free system and installation when you sign up for their affordable central station monitoring. This incredible package includes a color LED touchscreen keypad, 10 contacts, motion detector, cellular communication with backup battery, and of course, professional installation. And for a limited time,
all contenders having, let's call it a 5.
hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor could order. They even have drug testing and STD testing. Take control of your health care and visit any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. There's lots of any lab test nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road, because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, the third hour has begun. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. Oh, man, things are going really good for us, Steve. Okay, now, last night, Anderson Cooper, this is a clip of Anderson Cooper last night on CNN talking about the possibilities. Let me cue it up here. Hold on. Here we go.
Leaders we talk to are already floating the idea of opening it up to all contenders, having, let's call it a 5-week speed dating primary, maybe having debates between now and the convention, and then leaving it up to the convention. Their number one concern, who can beat Donald Trump, Anderson?
Yeah, nobody. I mean, Steve, there's never been chaos like this. And you know who they're talking about running with Kamala?
Who?
Well, here's how. Okay, if they get Joe to resign or remove him and make her the president, which is I think is maybe, what do you think, 50-50 they'll do that?
Today.
Today? What's going to happen today? Today.
Sure, as of today.
On the eve of the 4th of July?
That's
a pretty bold prediction.
For making bold.
Now tomorrow we're going to be live on the 4th of July. If you're not going to duck out on me if your prediction's wrong.
Here, don't worry.
Okay, all right, holiday. That's a pretty bold prediction. So then Kamala would become president. Well, if he resigns or they remove him and Kamala becomes president, then she has to pick not just a running mate, she has to nominate someone to be her vice president. Okay? And you know who they're saying?
It'll occur a little behind the scenes.
Well, it's the top name. This just shows you how out of touch with reality these loons are on the left right now. You know who the top person is? They're thinking of nominating as the running mate and the replacement vice president?
Wait, I can't wait.
Mayor Pete.
Mayor.
Yeah, Buttigieg.
In charge of the transportation.
Yeah, the Secretary of Transportation. Now I understand that he does have something in common with Kamala Harris, which I don't want to get too graphic about, but but they're both in the men, I guess. But Willie Brown's girlfriend. But yeah, they're talking about making Mayor Pete her running mate.
I think that that says it all, doesn't it?
You got to be kidding me! Thanks so much.
Yeah, what a team!
I got to tell you, we've got a nice listener, Steve. You're going to get. Yeah, thank you very much. What's your name? Shawna. Oh, hey, Shawna. Hey, Shawna. Hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in the flesh. Oh, one of thank you very much, Shawna.
You bet. I dropped the first one at the elevator.
I appreciate. Oh, that's okay. Mike will clean it up. Oh, Mike, that's on my computer. I hope it didn't spill on my computer, did it? Okay. I got.
That's it.
That's okay. I got some coffee this morning that had cleaner in it. Yeah, and a listener just brought me some coffee. Isn't that nice? Just showed up at the radio station with the coffee. Isn't that nice? But I usually don't consume anything a listener gives me, but I trust you, okay? So I'll just let you know. Thank you for the coffee. I need it because I'm fading fast, Steve. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on caffeine like Hunter is to crack. No, but I'm not joking. They're talking about making Mayor Pete her running mate. And they need to do something that would generate some interest. And Gavin Newsom's just a boring white guy.
Newsom is, but he's got the aggressive genes needed to in this situation too.
Here's the problem. There's a couple of problems. Okay, it came out yesterday that the tens of millions that the Biden-Harris campaign raised, that if the nominee is not Biden or Harris, they have to refund all the money and start fundraising over again.
You need to know.
Yeah, so that's how, yeah, exactly.
Well, these are the meaningless factors when money talks.
Exactly. So that has firmed her up in getting there. But the other factor is Trump's unbeatable. He's completely unbeatable. There's no way anyone could beat him. If Abraham Lincoln came back from the dead, maybe, but even he would have problems, right? I mean, the popularity of Donald Trump is beyond measure, and that internal poll I shared with you in the last hour, showing that the Democrats leaked out, show that he's unbeatable. And you know the thing with what's going on with all of that. So they need. The other thing with Gavin Newsom is Trump being unbeatable. He thinks he's viable in 2028. So if he's a loser, it'll make it more difficult. Also, there was a news dump about Gavin Newsom yesterday that was all scummy things he's done, like affairs. There was something about him having an affair with a very young person too. I was very surprised, and there was a big article yesterday.
Somebody who you knew who it was?
Well, he's out there with movie stars and actresses and stuff. But so this huge article came out yesterday about all this scummy sexual stuff that Gavin Newsom's been involved in since he's been in politics. It was really, and that was meant to damage him, to take him out of the running.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there was the article about Robert Kennedy with photographs of him barbecuing and eating a dog. You know, so that yeah, I know it's so they've well, they're taking these people out of the running, right? That Robert Kennedy's done. I mean, he's over. He can go. Him and Kristi Noem, okay, and so they got it. They got this picture of him holding up the barbecued dog, and then he ate it. And I don't know the details of it because I don't want to know, right? So they released that, and that wasn't something he just did. That was something he did a long time ago. So they released that information about Robert Kennedy to take him out of the mix, and then this story during the break. I'll see if I can find the Gavin Newsom story, but they released this whole sleazy, slimy, sexual deviant story of Gavin Newsom yesterday to take him out. You understand? They're clearing the playing field. They don't want Gavin, and they're afraid that with this chaos in the Democrat Party going on, that Robert Kennedy is going to come out. There's another story about Kennedy. Let me pull this up. I mean, they're really worried about Robert Kennedy Jr. So they came out with two stories, and the first one that came out, and it had photographs, Steve, of him barbecuing a dog and eating it, and oh yes, and it's disgusting. And then they came out later. They let that soak in for like the whole afternoon, and then last night they came out with another story. Let me see if I can find this before the break. I wasn't going to play this at all, but I want to illustrate. What they're doing is they're taking out all the possible opponents to who they finally choose to nominate, right? Which is Gavin Newsom and Robert Kennedy Jr. Because Robert Kennedy Jr., they're afraid he could come in and be the savior, right? So then there were some allegations made against him about having some type of relationship with his child's nanny. So first they come out that he barbecued and ate a dog, And then they come out later in the day that that he was involved in some sexual things with his child's nanny, and it was pretty brutal stuff. And Robert Kennedy responded to the nanny allegations. Okay, listen to this.
In the beginning, I am not a church boy.
Oh, I'm not a church boy. Okay, well, okay. You know, I mean, my goodness. That's an acknowledgement that everything's true.
You're right.
I am not a church boy. I am not running like that. I said I have a very, very rambunctious youth. I said in my announcement speech that I have so many skeletons in my closet that if they could all vote, I could run for king of the world.
There about the nanny situation. I mean, I do have to ask her. I mean, are you denying it or not?
There's been an accusation that he sexually assaulted. He sexually assaulted the nanny of his own child. Okay? Yeah.
You're talking there about the nanny situation. I mean, I do have to ask her. I mean, are you denying it or not?
I'm not going to comment on it.
Oh my goodness, that's a confirmation. I mean, that's a confirmation. I mean, my goodness. So they've taken Robert Kennedy out of the mix. They've taken Gavin Newsom out of the mix.
Why do you say they've taken Kennedy out? Because of that story?
Steve. Yesterday. No. Robert Kennedy and Gavin Newsom. Okay. A lot of things happened yesterday, right? To undermine different people. You saw the White House press conference with Jean-Pierre. It was all about Biden's Alzheimer's, right? Then NBC News breaks the story with this. They did breaking news with the news sounder, NBC News. And they do this breaking story that convicted felon crackhead son of the president is in on all the meetings that he's doing at the White House. That was to undermine Biden. Gavin Newsom, they come out with all the affair stories. One of them was with a younger woman, much younger woman. They come out with Robert Kennedy that he barbecued and ate a dog. They have photographs of it. And then they ask him about the sexual assault allegations by his child's nanny against him, and he confirms it all. Basically, I'm not going to comment. I'm not a church boy, you know. So
that's a well thought through answer.
Yeah. So
let me think of that.
So the media yesterday, they're activists against Biden and anyone who's not their chosen person. They're taking out of the running anyone who may challenge their chosen person, whether it's Kamala or somebody else. There was a major move yesterday to take Gavin Newsom and Robert Kennedy out of the mix. You barbecue and eat a dog, you're not going to win anything. You're not going to be able to come into... I can't even read the story because the photographs are so repulsive, Steve. It was a big dog, too.
Like a dog?
Yes, it's a dog. You can tell. There's no mistaking that it's a dog. And they roasted the dog. You know those barbecues where they roast the pig, but you could see it's a pig with the thing. That's what they did with the dog. It wasn't like chopped up in pieces. You couldn't tell. There was no mistaking what it was.
My God.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worse than the mammy.
Now, if he crash landed in the Andes Mountains with the Argentinian soccer team and they're stuck in the snow and they start eating each other, that's different. But this was just like, hey, let's have fun. This was like a party thing. This wasn't like desperation, right? So so they. I've never seen, and I don't think any of us have ever seen. Yes, you can tell it's a dog. It's a big dog, like a shepherd or Great Dane or something. It's a big dog.
Was it
It's a big dog.
The part they were eating, was it a paw?
Robert Kennedy took the dog off the rotisserie and held it up to the camera and spread its legs out. Yes, I know, it's awful. It's awful. I have never, ever seen the mainstream liberal Democrat media tear apart Democrats like they've done between Biden. I mean, there's this other story I shared earlier that came out. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. The one where they quoted I don't have it queued up now, but they had I read through it in the first hour. They had a story that was in the mainstream media yesterday of anonymous inner circle Biden staffers who said everyone is scared S-less of him. Okay? So, yeah, it's in the Post today, too. Yes. Yeah, end of quote. Everyone's scared S-less of him, except they said the whole word. So the media yesterday had disgusting stories about Gavin Newsom, Robert Kennedy Jr., and Joe Biden. I have never seen the Democrat media take people out of the running like that. All that they did a trifecta because they're clearing the path for their chosen person, which Kamala. I told you it came out. It came out yesterday afternoon that Michelle Obama has been privately meeting with black Democrat donors, the big rich people, and been raising money for Kamala to run. Michelle Obama's been doing it. I mean, this is it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think people appreciate the magnitude of this news cycle that we're in. Because we're so jaded by this constant attacks on Trump, this seems like just a normal day. This is not. The press do not go after Democrats like this. For a Democrat to, like, I remember when John Edwards was running for vice president with John Kerry, he impregnated one of the campaign workers, right? And the press wouldn't report it. It was in the Inquirer, but the press covered it up. And he impregnated her while his wife had cancer, who died, right? Remember? I mean, it was really scummy. And the press covered for him. And he was only the vice presidential nominee. For the press to do what they did yesterday is historic. It's nothing like this has ever happened before. And because people are so jaded by all the attacks on Trump, I don't think they recognize, understand, or fully appreciate what's going on here. There is a major coup going on of the presidency and of the convention. What they're trying to do is stop Gavin Newsom, which I think they've already taken care of, or Robert Kennedy from coming into the Democrat convention next month and having a brokered convention. They're trying to settle it before the convention. So they want these guys out of the running. And I think they made a deal with Gavin. He's going to lead this delegation of governors today. So he can act like he's the big man on campus, but he's not going to run. He's not running. He's not running. He's not going to go for the nomination. He's not going to announce he's not running unless they ask him, and he's going to say, well, I'm the governor of California. They're going to come out of this meeting today, the governors, praising Biden, but that's all BS. They're going there to tell him that he's got to drop out. All right, listen, we're really late for the break, but this is a day of celebration. Oh, this is beautiful. This is the most perfect day. All right, listen, we'll take our break. Our number 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane's here. We'll be right back.
Sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. I just want to say thank you for Dr. Appleton because I'm from Orlando. It took 3 hours to go down there. Took my 90-year-old mom. My mom walked straighter than she ever walked in her life. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being such a willing vessel.
This is the coffee that Shawna brought by. Thanks, Shawna.
You heard me in Orlando talking about Dr. Appleton and drove to South Florida with your mother.
Oh, that's how it's supposed to taste. No cleaner.
No more arthritis, no more pills, none of that. She's going back to New York. She sits on a train for 24 hours. And I'm telling you, no pain. She gets off that train, and my sister says she walks like a young woman.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Call Dr. Appleton and say bye-bye to your pain, too.
Oh, my God.
973-0710.
Oh, my God. That's okay. That was nice of her. That was nice of her. I usually don't eat anything listeners bring, but there was a sticker over it and everything else. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember one time this listener came by, and he brought us these beautiful bottles of wine, corked wine. I said, there's no way. For all I know, we put a laxative through the cork and a needle or something, you know, or peed or something else worse.
Listen to Richie the bus driver. Go see Dr. Greg to Ed right
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, they're sure to drink this, you know. Thank you, Shawna, if you're in there. I mean, this is. I mean, I don't. Do you? When you put all these things together, it's insane.
Brian Craig here. If you're a homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association and your roof is old or compromised,
everybody who frantically texted me saw it.
Laporta Contracting with a triple.
Let me see if I can find the Gavin story.
Up to $10 million, Laporta Contracting doesn't need a large deposit like those other contractors do. Typical deposits other contractors want are 1/3 of the contract. If your job is $30,000, that's a $10,000 deposit. If your job is $300,000, that's $100,000. What are they doing with your money? Typically, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get a permit, and HOAs, much longer. If they need money for the materials, they don't have credit with the suppliers, and that spells bad news for the homeowner or HOA. Tom Laporta is honest, knowledgeable, and reliable, and he'll never sell you a roof you don't need. Laporta Contracting has been in the roofing and contracting business since 1988, and his services cover the east and west coast of Florida and everywhere in between. Tom Laporta can handle any type of roofing job too. Residential roofing and repair, commercial roofs, schools, municipal buildings, office buildings, emergency repairs. If it's roofing, Tom Laporta can do it. Call Tom Laporta right now on his cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. And online, LaportaContracting.com.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at
All right, we're back. Call us on hold, stand by. Steve, this is the headline on the Newsom story that I was telling you about. Listen to this, right? This came out yesterday, right around the same time that the Robert Kennedy barbecuing dog story with photos came out. Listen to this. You back? Hold on, let me get you here. You back with us, Steve? Okay. Listen to this. This is the headline in the Newsom story from yesterday. Democrats hope Gavin Newsom can replace Biden, but do they know about the sleazy California governor's infidelities, addiction, teenage lover, and why allies say he doesn't have any real friends? I mean, my goodness, the teenage lover thing, I didn't even know about that one. They're all women, Steve. He's not gay. He's not that liberal. It's not that liberal. He's not that liberal. But yeah, I mean, it's a brutal. This has never happened before. They cover up for Democrats, not report. You're on the air. Yeah.
More frequent, more worrisome.
Yeah, exactly. You're on the air, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Oh, hey, Brian. What a day.
Hey, Brian. Hi, Steve. How are you today? You know, you made a good point. Hi, Steve. We are watching a massacre taking place in the different...
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's just, it's amazing to watch. You know, it's not just the policies these guys are coming out with, which are just a disaster. They are so personally repulsive, these candidates that they're mentioning. I mean, how could anybody vote for any of these people?
You don't believe in roast dog?
Roast dog? Well, is this the dog that Kristi Noem shot? I don't know. Really?
That's worse than Kristi Noem.
Oh my God! I mean, this is pathetic.
Eat it in front of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no! But this is we're hitting new lows. But now the Democratic Party that was attacking Trump nonstop since he came down that escalator, and now we're just watching them turning the knives on each other and ripping each other to shreds. It's amazing to watch.
You know, I'm trying to explain to people. What the media is doing is historic. They don't report anything negative about Democrats.
I want to put one more watching all of the liberal channels during this.
Especially CNN.
Really were
Absolutely.
And MSNBC, I mean, it is just beautiful to watch.
Oh, it is.
It just fills you with pride as you watch these talking heads who are guilty of covering all this crap up for years as they get their come up.
Listen to this. This is Jean-Pierre during the White House press briefing yesterday.
So there are growing calls from Democrats, including members of Congress, for the president to step aside for the 2024 election because he's not capable of serving another 4 years. What is his response to this?
So let me just step back for a minute and I guess deal with the questions that have come in about the debate. And honestly, this is something that the president has addressed himself multiple times since this past Thursday. And first of all, I want to say we understand the concerns. We get it. The president did not have a great night.
Okay, so there were. If I were Jean-Pierre, what I would do for the press briefing today is I would wear a very tight dress with no bra, so it's see-through, so people are concerned about something else other than content. You know, she had multiple questions about Biden's Alzheimer's yesterday. And I think that if we went back in time talking about Democrats like Newsom, Robert Kennedy, and Biden, we would be able to count on one hand how many times the mainstream liberal media have reported negative stories about them. They're taking out all the top guys. Biden, Newsom, and Bobby Kennedy. In one day.
And it's the elite of the Democrats. Like you have your Dave Axelrods on these panels where they have like 10 people lined up on CNN commenting on this. It's all the big wigs, the power brokers in the Democratic Party, and they're all eating each other alive.
It's beautiful. Did you see this? Did you see the story, caller, about Robert Kennedy eating the dog?
No, I didn't see that yet.
I mean, yeah.
Kennedy, he lost me when he had that book about all his affairs on the...
Mm-hmm. That's coming next. That'll be out next.
And this guy is confident he could run for president and none of this would come out?
Well, he's not running as a church boy, he says.
Church boy? Wow, not even close.
Yeah, he's running as Lucifer.
So
yes.
You're surprised by that, but it hasn't come out so far up to this point. What would make
it is out now. What I'm telling you is it's out now.
I understand that.
If he gives any indication that he plans on going to the convention, the infidelity book will come out. And his infidelity book led to the suicide of his wife, if you remember. He was married, and he had a book that had all the women that he was having sex with, and it was by the city they were in the country, because he was traveling the country, and then the things that they were good at, not good at, and what he enjoyed doing with them sexually. It was very detailed, and it was a very thick book. It came public. It was in the New York Post, and his wife committed suicide over the infidelity book. So if he, yeah.
And he thinks there's not going to be scrutiny?
He's insane. He eats dogs. He's crazy. So
This guy is prepared to be against that. But I guess CNN and them will get a bump in the ratings.
CNN had their highest ratings of any event ever for the debate. They had over 70 million people watch it. You know, so what I'm telling you is that the morning after the debate, I said this is a coup. This is a Biden coup. Now what's going on is the coup is still ongoing, but there's also a purge of anyone who threatens who their chosen person is going to be. It may not be Kamala. That's what the word is now. That could change. But there's a purge going on. I don't know. I think it's Kamala. Okay? Because they got no one else.
Herself?
It was very clear that it was very clear. You know, these are not leaks. They're giving this to the press on purpose. The story, the so-called leak was Michelle Obama has been talking to top black Democrat donors and getting donations for Kamala Harris's campaign to run. So that was very specific. And the reason it was leaked out that way is to do away with all this Michelle Obama running things. The Obamas want people to know Michelle's not running.
Well, Michelle Harris has got her issue with Willie Brown back in California.
I'm just wondering.
I mean, they all got a closet full of skeletons. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
I just wonder if we're ever going to get another liberal caller on this show.
Well, I mean, if I were a liberal, I'd be like, this is, let me tell you, we're going to be here live tomorrow on the 4th of July, and the reason we're planning on being here is Mike Lindell and My Pillow asked if they could sponsor us on the holiday. We were going to take off, and they said, well, we'd like to sponsor you guys on the 4th of July. So I called Steve and I said, you're not going to hang me out to dry, right, Steve? You'll show up for the job. And you said, yeah. So I called him back and said, okay. And now with what's going on, we would have come in anyway. We would have ended up coming in anyway. There's too much news. We're still going to take the sponsorship, by the way, for the special day. We're not refunding the sponsorship. But we would have come in anyway. I got to tell you, this is not hype or exaggeration. This is the most dramatic news to come out of Washington since Watergate. This is bigger than Lewinsky, and that was big.
Got Bernstein out on making the rounds too.
Yes, they got Bernstein trashing Biden.
Yeah,
and that is the reason Steve thinks today. The thing with Bernstein.
Biden's going to make it through.
Steve thinks he's going to resign today. I think that I'm not making any predictions like that. That's all on you. Maybe you'll be right, and tomorrow we'll celebrate that. But they want to go into they want to have the next debate, and they want Kamala to be president. Could you imagine?
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but she
field ahead of him. I mean,
this is beautiful. This is so exciting. I cannot even begin to describe.
Do you think we've seen the end of the debates they put forth?
Well, no. They're going to try to. They'll want a debate between their chosen and Trump in October, probably. I don't know. I mean, if it's Kamala Harris, he should do it, right? You don't think he could take Kamala?
Oh my goodness! It might be worse than Joe. I mean, she's got no excuses.
And all these people that say Kamala's stupid, yes, but she's too stupid to know she's stupid. She thinks she thinks she could handle Trump. And by the way, we're getting nothing but good news. Trump's no longer a convicted felon, right? I mean,
who really destroyed Pete from South Bend?
Well, they're talking about him being her running mate.
Yeah.
They can share stories about men and hookups together. They'll bond.
And now is missing a once in a lifetime opportunity to watch these things transpire.
Oh yeah, it is. It really is. It's surreal. I mean, if we weren't living through it, I wouldn't believe it. It's so fantastical what's happening. All right, take care. Thanks for the call. We're very late for the break. I want to thank Shawna for bringing me the coffee. It's delicious. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back.
Morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the all-year cooling weather center, South Florida's #1 choice for same-day AC service and installation. Here's your oldies forecast.
Good morning, I'm Mike Balsamo, coming to you from the True Oldies Weather Center. Well, here we are the day before Independence Day, and sun will be bountiful for you. Rain chances just a little bit less than we've been seeing in the last couple of days, but watch out. This afternoon, feels like temperatures reaching about 103.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
There's a couple of incidents to know about this Wednesday morning. Like if you're driving in Lantana, there's a crash on 95 northbound at Lantana Road. There's also an accident on Belvedere Road and Military Trail. And we're seeing delays on 95 northbound between Palmetto Park Road and Glades Road. This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Spectacular savings are happening now at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. You can get a Sleepy Queen mattress for just $89.99. The lowest price ever. Upgrade Upgrade, save, and celebrate before it's too late. Offer ends Tuesday, in-store only, while supplies last. Restrictions apply. That's Traffic. I'm Claudia Fernandez.
Traffic, a service of the Palm Beach Kennel Club. PBKC is Palm Beach County's only OTB location featuring exciting action from top horse tracks around the country, including thoroughbreds action from New York, Kentucky, and California. And the Paddock Restaurant offers the ultimate sports and dining experience with over 140 new HD TVs, big screens, exceptional dining, and full bar. PBKC is your entertainment destination.
I mean, this. Tell me yes or no. Is this like an amazing, exciting time to be celebrating? Absolutely.
To be celebrating 50 years here in South Florida. The Cohen family started their first health food store in 1972, and ever since have been one of the
Absolutely.
locally owned, family-run health food stores in the area. We carry thousands of supplements like vitamins, minerals, herbs, homeopathics, diet and fitness.
Absolutely.
All your favorite.
It doesn't get better than this.
We also have tons of natural foods like gluten-free, paleo, and organic, as well as health and beauty aids, pet foods, and more. Visit Vanessa, Trish, Denson, Scott, and Bruce. They're here 7 days a week for all your family's natural health needs. So stop by Nutrition World at the northeast corner of PGA Boulevard and Prosperity Farms Road.
Exactly.
Market Plaza by the Prosperity entrance. You can call us or text us anytime.
Make sure you like the video, everyone. If you've not liked the video, make sure you like the video.
4377, or check out our website at nutritionworld.com. Come see us 7 days a week at Nutrition World, Palm Beach Gardens.
Brian Craig here. Our 6th annual cruise is coming up, and you're all invited. This time, we're sailing for 7 nights on Celebrity Cruise Line's newest ship, the Ascent, to Puerto Plata, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. We set sail March 30th. We have private shore excursions, private cocktail parties, group activities. We're going to go to the shows together and much, much more. Call in at Cruise and Travel Depot right now, 561-244-5779, 561-244-5779. And online at cruisingdepot.com to make your reservation and lock in our private group rate. Nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises.
The hurricane season is here again. Don't wait until it's too late. Be prepared. Have an emergency plan in place now. A few simple steps could help save your life. Please stop by anywhere on the Treasure Coast and pick up your free official hurricane preparedness guides while they last. Sponsored by these fine folks at Seacoast Bank, Papa John's, Community Services Bureau, First Choice Plus, ENT and Allergy Associates of Florida, Dash Mobile Storage, VH Exteriors, St. Lucie Battery and Tire, the Sheridan at Home Sound, Berry Fresh Cafe, Peter J. Meadows Veterans Disability Appeals, Stellar Public Adjusting, Bonefish Max, and Hurricane Grill and Wings. And of course, the True Oldies channel.
But then this hat will be a collectible because Trump will it'll make Trump the 48th president.
Center, CFO, and Director of Neuropathy. We want to welcome you to Lighthouse Medical Center this year. It's our 75th anniversary, and we've been able to help a lot of patients. We want to be able to help you with your neuropathy issues as well. You have numbness, burning, pain, tingling, lack of sleep, or balance issues, please come see us and let us help you with that problem. There's hope out there for you. We've had thousands of patients come through Lighthouse Medical Center. Being able to see the quality improved in their life and being able to help them and their family has been a blessing to us and a blessing to them, and we look forward to doing that for the next 75 years. We don't just treat neuropathy at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have a specialized knee pain program with non-surgical solutions for bone-on-bone and knee pain issues. We also treat chronic back pain, ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder pain. Call for a free consultation with us today. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig, celebrating 47 years on the air.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Oh, man, how exciting. How exciting. All right, yeah, yes.
I apologize, folks. I really.
This is great.
Yeah, it is, but I just can't get this image out of my mind.
We're talking about the dog?
The dogs, and I'm also, I'm a cat person as well as.
No cats, just dogs. He just eats dogs.
Well, just explore the possibilities. What I'm asking you is, when in prepping this food, whether it's barbecue, so whether it's a dog or a cat or whatever, I assume you skin the animal first, right?
I would assume. Yeah.
Is it safe to assume that?
Yes.
Okay. Because I have a hairless cat.
No, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. He said, Robert Kennedy said, I am a very adventurous eater. I'll eat virtually anything. End of quote. He said, yeah. I guess. All right, let's go. Let's see here. We're way behind on the breaks, guys. My apologies. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian Henry, West Palm. How you guys doing today?
All right.
Happy 4th.
Yes.
I got a theory for this whole Democrat nominee thing. What do you think about Kamala and Big Mike as a VP?
Well, it's not about what we think or would want. It's what's leaked out, and what they've released is Kamala and Mayor Pete.
Oh, okay. So that covers the alphabet. I got you.
Yes. Yeah, two incompetent idiots. The only thing they have in common are their taste in men. They both like white guys.
I'm thinking Big Mike might be there, so Barry holds on to.
Maybe.
Question for you too. You know that Sean O'Brien, the IBT president, is speaking at the RNC, right?
I don't know who that is. Who?
The International Brotherhood of Teamsters president.
Oh, yes. How could I forget? Yes, the Teamsters president is speaking, endorsing Trump, and speaking at the convention. That's all. That's historic.
I just want to let you know we had a vote, a straw vote, and the Teamsters didn't notify anybody of the vote.
You sound like a Teamster. You're a Teamster?
I am a Teamster, but I'm a Trump Teamster.
I can tell by your voice.
Was to have a fair vote. At the local level, nobody was notified about the straw vote for the endorsement for president, because O'Brien is saying that he's going to go to the membership in a Democratic, to see who we would endorse. But we didn't have an opportunity to vote. They didn't tell us about the votes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go to the international with this and let them know what they're doing at the local level.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a local level or all Biden.
Absolutely. They're all on the take. Yeah. You Teamster guys have a voice. I can tell by your voice you're a Teamster guy. I don't know what it is. I guess it's that tough voice, but you sound like a Teamster, your voice. I can tell when a call. No, it's if somebody calls in, you can tell if they're black, you can tell if they're gay, you can tell if they're a Teamster sometimes.
You have a New York accent.
No. Not all people with New York accents are Teamsters. Trump's from New York.
I delivered to you at the radio station down in Coral Springs.
Delivered? What'd you deliver?
We had a very nice conversation about President Trump.
What did you deliver?
I don't know, some kind of pallet or something, some coil or something.
A pallet?
A pallet of coil, some kind of coil or
what?
Something. We had to bring it inside. I brought it inside the building for you.
Wow.
Down on Rock Island Road, isn't it down there?
No, it's behind Wings Plus. Our old studio is now a gynecologist office over there.
Studio was just like a little station where the top.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was on Rock Island. Absolutely. All right, listen, we got to run. Take care. Thanks so much. All right, we will be back.
Hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. How are the metals looking the day before Independence Day, William Youngerman?
Metals looking very strong, Brian, up dramatically today. Yesterday we saw mixed gains, pretty good gains in the platinum, palladium, and silver, with gold just down $2.40 on the day, closing out yesterday at $2,329.20 the ounce, after trading in a range of $2,318 to $2,336. But silver was up 8 cents at $29.49, platinum was up $19 at $9.97, and palladium was up $37 at $1,005. The rally really goes today with gold trading in a range overnight from $23.26 all the way up to $2,358.
Wow.
Now, gold at about $23.55.50. That's up $26.30. As I said, we got up to just a little over $2,358 so far this morning. Silver up $1.06 at $30.55 the ounce. Platinum up $7 at $1,004, and palladium up $33 at $1,038. So the markets are very, very lively this morning, looking to make maybe tackle the old highs that we saw about a year ago when gold got to $2,425. Now we're only about $70 away from those old.
That's amazing. You know, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'm sure you saw this, William Youngman, they found a new, well, not new, they found a very old, but it's new to us, a Spanish wreck off the Treasure Coast of Florida filled with Spanish gold. You may have seen the story. You actually, you know, we talk about gold and silver and stuff, but you have old and ancient coins available. I know we never talk about them. Can you tell people a little bit about that kind of thing that you have?
Yes, indeed. We specialize in everything from the ancient world to modern times in collectible coins. And we certainly have a large selection of ancient coins from the Roman and Greek empires, Byzantine Empire, as well as treasure coins from the 1715 fleets and the Etosha, also off the Gold Coast.
Yeah, you know, the Treasure Coast of Florida is called the Treasure Coast because of all the Spanish galleons that wrecked off the coast, right? That's where they got the Treasure Coast. So when you talk about these kind of, not the Roman, the Byzantine, that's amazing. That you can actually go into your shop and get those?
Yes, you can, and they're not always expensive. You can buy ancient coins for as little as $2, $3, $5 each.
Get out of town. What about? Wow, it's probably pretty good. What about these ones you're talking about though? That like this old Spanish stuff and stuff. Like, what do you have that would fit into the 1700s and things?
Yeah, we have a nice selection of the 8 reals and smaller coins from the shipwrecks. Also, some of the gold coins, which are very rare, very expensive.
Well, that sounds really cool, guys. So, yeah, that's amazing. I did not know you had all that available. All right, listen, William Youngerman, open today, regular hours, closed tomorrow for the 4th, but open regular hours on Friday the 5th, located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. You can give him a call toll-free, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, and online you can find both his address and phone number on his website, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk on Friday.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, and we'll just be back, okay? We're back, and if you're on hold, we'll go back to the phones. I mean, this is, I cannot... Steve, the news is so exciting. I can't wait for tomorrow's show already. And we're not even done with this one. Because this today is big, right? We got this is just the stuff we know about today, right? The governors led by Gavin Newsom are going to the White House today to meet with Biden to see if he's okay. That's what they said. They want to assess if he's okay. That's nuts. That's nuts. They're not even doctors. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, this is just so exciting. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Stephen, Brian, it's JJ from Matt.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, JJ, what's up?
Well, I'm somewhat enjoying the. I don't think I have enough popcorn, Brian. I'm going to have to go out and
yeah.
Some more. The Mount Vesuvius moment that we are witnessing.
By the way, I want to ask a question. What time is the View on?
The View's on at 11. No. That's like on ABC broadcast television. That's like a guy. Oh yeah, they're got to be freaking out on the View. Oh.
Had some good humor today.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of
You say Channel 7?
No. ABC TV. I don't know what channel that is on your cable. I don't even know what it is on my cable. I don't really watch TV, but I'll tell you. Go ahead, caller.
Well, I was just I'm just enjoying the moment, enjoying the callers. I mean, I think about like Nancy coming out. I mean, after the debate, they were all very, he's got to go. We love him. He's got to go. He's, this, that. They were, writing his epitaph, and then Nancy Pelosi and some others come out. And he's as sharp as a tack, and I'm like, sharp as a tack. He's as sharp as a marshmallow. The guy.
Yeah, but she reversed that yesterday. Nancy came out and reversed it yesterday.
It's they're all.
Well, what happened is when Obama, I told you guys when Obama went to him on Friday to tell him to step aside and he told him to kiss off, that was it. That was it. And so
I'd like to say, I almost would like to say that I shouldn't be enjoying this as much.
Please.
They have just brought it on themselves. Well, I mean, I look back, 30 years ago, whatever, maybe 20 or whatever it was, that we would, they could agree on something. And we've had this talk a little bit once before, Steve, where there would be a fact. We would agree on the fact of something, and then we would have different opinions on the best way forward. It's sort of like a tree. A tree was a tree. This is the best way to do this and that with a tree to make it grow.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the Democrats came out and they're telling us the tree is a rock. And if
Yes.
a rock, a tree, then we're...
Well, what he's saying is we used to agree on the big picture of America. We just disagreed on how to make it happen, right? Yeah, exactly.
They've gone full. I mean, it's quack, quack, quack.
Well, what happened is they went to the Bidens over the weekend and gave them a golden parachute offer to go away with dignity and tons of money. They came back from Camp David and said, we're staying. So now they're taking them down.
Big stick, big carrot, big stick. And yeah, I can see it's Jill to me. It's, again, we
Yes.
said this before a couple of days ago. It's Jill, not Joe. And I think maybe in the grand scheme of things, maybe Obama has always been corn pop, I mean,
Maybe.
They say the wheels of justice grind slow, but they grind exceeding small.
Corn Pop Barack.
Corn Pop Barack.
Corn Pop Barack.
And I think Kamala, we know Obama got his training in Jakarta with communism.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Kamala, I think she got her training in the capital. I think she then used those special skills in California to work her way up.
All right, okay. People can figure all that out. Maybe she can give Mayor Pete some tips, right? Okay, now, oh boy, oh my goodness. A lot of very deep coded innuendo there. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to take a moment to talk about Jupiter Joe Thomas, and about annuities. I learned something amazing from Joe Thomas last week when he was in studio. That, annuities are wonderful, okay? Your money's not at risk with stock market up and down like you have. Your money is safe and secure, and when you retire, you can generate revenue. But what I did, and I knew that, which was exciting, but what I did not know was this. You can get involved in annuities with as little as $2,000. I thought you had to have like 50, 100, 250. I didn't realize with as little as $2,000, you can get involved in annuities. That's absolutely amazing. So it's available for almost everybody. Okay? Now, Joe Thomas is offering two things to you completely free. Number one, free copies of his book, The Retirement Know-It-All. I have read this book. It is a quick, easy-to-read book filled with actionable tips if you are retired or plan on being retired at any point in your life. And he's also offering free phone consultations. And you can take advantage of the free phone consultation no matter where you are located in America. His number is 561-743-0999. 561-743-0999. And online, JupiterJoe.com. JupiterJoe.com. All right, back to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian, good morning. It's Kara. I know it's very late.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I might have missed it. If they make Harris the president, who becomes the VP?
She would. There would not be a vice president. She would nominate someone. And this is how Ford became vice president, right? Spiro Agnew had to resign. Nixon nominated Ford, and then there's a committee hearing. I think it's in the House, but it's much like a Senate confirmation for a cabinet post, and then they become the vice president. No excitement. Like Mike Johnson doesn't become the vice president. No.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, no, the weekend's not here. It's only Wednesday, and we will be here live tomorrow on the 4th of July and the 5th. And tomorrow's show is brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. They asked us to come in on the holiday to do the show. which we were going to take off. But I feel bad saying this now. With all the news that's been breaking, we would have made the decision today to be here tomorrow, right, Steve? But we will be here live tomorrow, brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow on the 4th of July. So make sure you're tuned into us.
You don't want to miss part 2 of this show.
Oh, my goodness, Steve. You know, did you see what BET did? Oh, my goodness. They did it. They had, I don't know, some awards. You know, they gave, they're racially segregated awards, right? Because you have to be black to get the award. Whites need not apply, blacks, Eskimos, Asians. But they did a memorial of all the great African-American athletes that died since the last awards, and they memorialized O.J. Simpson at the BET. I can't believe, yes, they had him up on screen. Yes, they honored O.J. Simpson, the butcher of Brentwood. Isn't that something?
Have a shot with the butcher knife in his hand?
No, they didn't, but maybe they'll have a shot of Robert Kennedy with the dog that he ate. He's trying to say now that it was a goat, but everybody else says it was a dog. But it's a dog. You look at it, it's gross. Well, listen, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane, of course, is here. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 47 years on the radio. Tune in to us tomorrow, guys. I know a lot of you are off work. It's a big news day today, and there's going to be a lot to process on tomorrow's show. We'll be live at 6 a.m. with your calls on the 4th of July. See you then.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1.
All right, guys, if you're new, subscribe. Everyone else, please like the video before you go, all right? Take care. Thanks for watching.